Prayer for the ops. Swag team featuring Take Note, Jody, Benji, Flawless. Big up my swag team for real.
Let's fucking go, baby. Get it. Yeah. Mach 11, dead him. Send a nigga back to hell. Just to go and meet his brethren. You can tell the Lord that I sent him. Say it. Aiming. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11. Mach 11, dead him. Just to go and meet his brethren. You can tell the Lord that I sent him. Say it. Aiming. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11.
That's really bad, gorgeous. Diamonds impeccable, flawless. New age plug cordless. Roll with some killers, lawless. I take a nap and I send them to hell. Pour one out for them others as well. Swag team and Take Note. Jane North, talking about shells. I pull up on the scene and I'm bringing the crowd. They just think it's a dream. Ain't no bitches allowed. The way that I spit is a nightmare. Daycare for all of these babies, it's not fair. I'm the best of the crying in hot chairs, sending them straight back to heaven with slide prayers. Painting footprints on doors, night cares. Trying to get out of clubs, it's a nightmare. Send them straight back to heaven with slide prayers. Painting footprints on doors, it's a nightmare. Yo, painting footprints on doors, it's a nightmare.
Mach 11, dead him. Send a nigga back to hell. Just to go and meet his brethren. You can tell the Lord that I sent him. Say it. Aiming. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11. Mach 11, dead him. Just to go and meet his brethren. You can tell the Lord that I sent him. Say it. Aiming. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11.
Cooking the method, electrically, naturally came with the remedy. My flow be heavenly, like I got bands when we travel the galaxy. Body blows, now they just dropping like dominoes. Slip up the decimal, came with the cooking flow. Yeah, they know. Calls on the cellular, always been popular, never been regular. Came off the dome, fly up to Rome, still on the phone, yo with the jugular. Set with your temperature, lost in the nebula. Catch us in two like the molecule. Checking my DNA, darker than liquor. Drop on my enemies like my name Hercules. What? Speaking to Petrov, he's shooting the messenger. Drinking the pain away, talk to your brain like it's Morpheus. Sipping Courvoisier, came with the duffel bag. TBE, packages bookie, swimming jacuzzis. Now they just bougie, beauty. Red like a ruby, trying to deal me.
Mach 11, dead him. Send a nigga back to heaven. Just to go and meet his brethren. You can tell the Lord that I sent him. Say it. Aiming. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11. Mach 11. Dead him. Just to go and meet his brethren. You can tell the Lord that I sent him. Say it. Aiming. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11. We're blowing up 9/11.
I'm praying for the ops that ain't worth my time. You in the streets, earning stripes, putting bags on peeps, not working like I'm God like on track and his church is mine. My sermon's fine. Yeah, break bread and serve some wine. Don't let no ops just lurk inside. No more pitch drinking, curling vibes. Wizard with the pen, I'm learning life. My face is divine. Words is fire in perfect time. Nurtured right. Them man there be learning lines, rehearsing lines. Trust me, far from certified. Active when you sleep, I'm working nights. I want all the ops to feel like that Jurgen guy on Merseyside.
Send that nigga back to heaven. Just to go see his brothers. Tell them Lord.
Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Man Them United podcast. The podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. And that track there playing Prayer for the Ops. Swag Team Jody featuring Jay North, Benji, and myself. Official video out now. Swag Team Empire YouTube, or type in Swag Team Jody and it will pop up, people. You can see me promoting it across all my socials. It's out on all streaming platforms as well. Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music as well. So continue to support the way that you lot have supported. So big up to all the residents of Sarcasm City. But like I said, we're here, Man Them United podcast. The top things, Manchester United. I'm joined by my special guest host on Tuesdays, as always, from Red United TV. Man like Ivorian Spice. What are you telling me, fam? Do you good? Yo, you on mute, fam. Oh, wait. 1 sec. Is it you? Yeah. It's you. Yeah, no stress. Yeah, it's you. I can't hear you, fam. Can you hear me? Nah, I can't hear you. 1 sec, let me double check something. Nah, because the music was playing. No worries. Ivorian will be back shortly, people. Do not worry about that. Make sure you get the likes up, though. Make sure you get the likes up
What
on the
about
video.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. There we go.
Sorry, USB settings.
Nah, it's
Them
all
ones
good. It's
there.
all good, man. Make sure you share across all socials and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, Sarcasm City TV, and subscribe to Red United TV. The link is in the title, people. You can click it right now. But yo, talk to me, Ivorian, man. What you saying? You good first and foremost, outside of Manchester United?
Outside of Manchester United, I'm good, man. Like, even my weekend, regardless of what happened during the result, it couldn't ruin my weekend because I had a fabulous weekend from Friday all the way up to Sunday. So yeah, man, whatever Manchester United did, it didn't ruin it, man. But first of all, I want to address the fact that are you gonna do this outside again? Like, we've been here before. The last time you was streaming from outside your door. You could have never come back to the stream, bro. Is this going to be a Red United TV podcast?
It won't be. I figured out what it was last time, innit? It was the wire and the wire with the Ethernet cable was caught under the chair. That's what it was. When I ended the stream, I was like, damn. So it should be all right. So far, so good, innit? You know what I'm saying? So we good. If not, I step back in the house. Not a problem. You feel me, man? But we are here. Do not worry about that. Big up to Keenan as well. Says, was playing your song earlier, Flawless. It's getting me hyped for tomorrow as I have an interview for a potential new sales job. Only praying for a positive outcome. Yo, thoughts become things, man. That's all you can do is pray for a positive outcome. Good luck, Keenan, innit? And make sure you let us know if you get it, but I'm sure you will, man. So big up to Keenan and big up everyone supporting the new single as well. Disgruntled Blogger says it's been a long minute for me personally, but big up yourself, Flawless. Hope all is good with you and Ivorian Spice. I'm blessed. Good to have you back. Disgruntled Blogger as well. Go Heezy says, big up to all of you. Personally, I've been avoiding Manchester United content since Saturday. I felt more calm today. All right, man, we gonna see in it. You know what I'm saying? And that we gonna talk about all things Manchester United. Saves there. Says, you made it a big hassle, Flawless, about not wanting to sign Ziyech. Are you looking at Ten Hag side-eyed because Rabiot is a terrible option? We'll get straight into this. Like I said, back the manager. So I can't turn around and get on the manager's case for signing players that I don't like, because that is probably going to happen. Sir Alex Ferguson signed players I didn't like. He played players I didn't particularly like. But you'll live and die by your decisions. And if you do more things right than you do wrong, then you're going to be successful here. So no, did I want Ziyech? No. Am I happy about Rabiot? No. I look at it and say it's very underwhelming. That's how it is. That is the title of the video, people. Rabiot, Arnautovic links, and we also lost to Brighton. So there's so much going on. It's only week 1, you know, people. And Manchester United already got bare stories, you know. We are EastEnders, Coronation Street, Hollyoaks, rolled into one. It's only week 1. And we got beat by Brighton, and that's a secondary story. That's the crazy part. That's not even the main thing. Yeah, that's Manchester United for you. We've got Arnautovic links, even though water's been poured on that. We've got the Rabiot links plus more. So yeah, back to the Rabiot and Arnautovic, and I'll go into detail on that. I'll let Ivorian go on it as well, because he's got plenty to say. In regards to it, I just look at both those signings as underwhelming. That's how I would look at him. Is Rabiot an improvement? Yes, but he'd be very underwhelming. Would Arnautovic actually play if he was here? Yes, but it's very underwhelming. When I look at the 3 signings we've made previously, they're positive signings. They're signings to get you excited and be like, all right, we're going in the right direction. Malacia, Martinez, Eriksson, all exciting signings. And you go, I can see the plan. With Rabiot, I don't see the plan. With Arnautovic, I don't see the plan. I just look at it as extremely underwhelming. But if we were to sign him, and it's not looking like we are Arnautovic, if we were to sign Rabiot, cool. We'll be saying it. Is it ideal? No. Am I going to be jumping up and down about it? Absolutely not. But here we are. But Ivorian will go to you because Ivorian was pissed. As we was discussing what we were going to do for this show. So the floor is yours. You can start wherever. It can be the defeat to Brighton, Ten Hag losing his first game. It can be the performances of certain players. It can be the Rabiot links, the Arnautovic links, whichever.
First of all,
helicopters out here.
Helicopters are here, fam. They are here to just find all Man United fans to lock us up, man, so we don't have to see this season ever again, bro. But yeah, bro, I don't even know where to start, Flawless. I feel like I want to get straight into the game because, of course, I'm more fuming about that. But then again, the transfer between Rabiot. Let's address Rabiot first, innit? And the transfer. Then we get into the game towards the end, man. You see that when I first came across the Rabiot transfer. I watched a big up Eddie as well. Like, I hope you're enjoying your holiday as well, man. But yes, I saw this transfer. Now I was like, I just don't understand. Is this a panic buy just after we've lost to Brighton? You know, the Rabiot. In fact, I don't even call him Rabiot. I call him Rabbit because I can't respect him right now. He's not going to get the respect. The reason why I was fuming is because we went from De Jong to Rabbit straight away, like as plan B. And I thought plan B could have been someone like maybe Basumo that left, you know. Who else that left went to Aston Villa for a free transfer? What's his name? Flawless on a free. The DM at Aston Villa that went to Aston Villa.
Oh,
is it
I know who
Basong?
you're talking about.
Basong? Is it
I know.
Basong?
Oh, I forgot his name.
But because it.
Why am I thinking that I'm gonna get his name wrong? I know who you're talking
Something
about. The chat let us
Boubacar,
know.
innit? Yeah.
The chat let us know. Yeah. But go on, carry on.
Players that left on a low fee that was equally as good as Rabbit. With Rabbit, yeah. One reason why I'm not really up
I
for
called
it.
him Rabbit, you know.
Yeah, bro. Forget the Rabiot, fam. Rabbit, bro. Right. He ain't gonna get my credit until he signs, and then I'll give him some respect. But the reason why I was a bit fuming is because, of course, Rabbit is a player. I swear to God, for the last 2 years at Juventus, he wasn't even a main star at Juventus. You know, he was in and out of the Juventus team, and I clearly remember that. Thank you for someone for saying Kamara.
Kamara, that's it. Thank you. You chat your real ones. Go on, carry on.
But yes, he wasn't a main starter for Juventus, so wasn't starting, and also a player that was troublesome. I remember clearly at PSG acting up in all sorts and causing trouble. And the reason why he left PSG is because he caused trouble, and just caused a lot of chaos and never was peaceful towards the players and etc. Starting trouble with Mbappe and all that kind of stuff. Left on bad terms. At Juventus, not really getting to the starting lineup, which I said earlier on. Why are we signing sidemans? At the end of the day, Rabbit to me is a flop because there's a player that we was after. You remember 2 years ago when he was at PSG and he went to Juventus on the free. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was interested in signing him. That was 2 years ago, you know. He lost a lot in his footballing development by not being able to be a main starter for Juventus. Again, I understand last season he played a lot of games, but he also cost Juventus some goals as well with making mistakes and playing at the DM. The only reason why I'm not impressed with this Rabbit situation is because, again, I said it again, we went from De Jong to Rabbit. Like, how did we get there?
I just call it a straight Rabbit, you know. That's
and furthermore, I thought Manchester United wanted to do their all about player profile and due diligence. Where's the due diligence in Rabbit? Because Rabbit's a bad boy. His mum's his agent at the end of the day, and his mum has caused chaos. She's another version of Mina Raiola, and I appreciate it's his mum, and she looks out for the son. But I don't want a grown ass man crying to his mummy, saying that Eric Ten Hag is playing McTominay ahead of me. Mummy, help me, mummy. And I don't want that. And then you know how mums be when their child's being disrespected.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, mums are on smoke. You know
moms are on smoke. They'll even go on Maury, whatever talk show they have for her, and just blast Manchester United. It's just not good. The due diligence on and the research on the player profile for Rabbit is not good enough for me. Yeah. Although, the only positive thing I can say, Flawless, is that he's better than McFred.
He is. Yeah.
He's better than McFred. I know Sky Sports wants to paint it like McFred is better than Rabbit, with all the statistics that they brought to favor the other two.
Yeah.
No,
like Rabiot's better than McTominay.
I can tell you that Rabiot is better technically on the ball. I can tell you that without even seeing him play that much, just because he's French and European, and he's not British.
I've seen him play enough to know he's better than McTominay. Yes. Whether it's but that again, that shouldn't be the bar, because literally any functioning midfielder who is half decent technically is better than McTominay. But he is better than McTominay. He is an upgrade on McTominay. Again, underwhelming though, but carry on.
But it's just the attitude of Rabbit as well that I don't like. He might cause trouble. Even the other player, Arnautovic, which has gone down the drain. We'll talk about that. But back to Rabbit, it's just not good enough for me. It's not something that I was looking forward to seeing after a defeat against Manchester United. Against Brighton. And then, man, I was expecting a straight away Manchester United have agreed to. In fact, I would have accepted Man United to pay De Jong's deferred wages. That would have mean, okay, they're serious. Because the fact that you saw Avram Glazer wearing his glasses, he was on 20/20 vision watching that match. Yeah, to see that this is the club that your father bought for you, man, to live on, you know. To see that team, you probably should have asked yourself, this is not the Manchester United team. This is not the Manchester United that my father bought. No way. You saw it. We haven't seen you for so many years. and the next day you're not even acting like a true owner of the club by just saying, you know what, I've had enough of this shit. What are you men doing here? You know, you men's been lying to me. All you've been telling me about is profit, but you never told me about trophies. You know, you do know I like to know about trophies too. You know, I'm not just about the money. You know, I hope he says stuff like that. You know, I'm only praying that he cares about the football, but we know he only cares about the pounds and the dollars.
Facts.
But yeah, if he had that kind of thinking, but to me, if he didn't, then it's another sign that my man doesn't care in it. He's just here just to show face, because in his contract he probably has to appear to at one game to get to his dividends or something like that. So yeah, man, this ain't looking good to me. And I know you said what you had to say, Flawless, but it's overwhelming. But we'll take it. But
yeah, it's very underwhelming.
Seriously,
it is. That's how I looked at it. Yeah, like you see how you just said seriously and grimaced on your face.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about the Rabiot link. Like, really? Like, yes, is there an improvement? Yes, but it shouldn't just be players we're signing. Shouldn't just be improvements. They should, like you said, fit the profile. There should be a short-term plan and a long-term plan. And Rabiot and Arnautovic do not give us that. Again, maybe this is why they didn't want to go to Plan B. Maybe this is why they didn't want to go to Plan B. And
but you know what's so funny, yeah? Flawless, is that everyone that's probably against Ten Hag said, "Where's the Plan B? Where's the Plan B?"
Yeah,
the Plan B came, and you're upset.
This is what I'm saying. That people want to complain. This is Plan B. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Ten Hag's Plan B or it's the club's Plan B, I don't know in regards to Rabiot. Arnautovic, I believe, is Ten Hag because he's worked with him before. Rabiot, I don't get. Rabiot, I'm not sure if that's the club or whether that's Ten Hag or not. I'm unsure on that. But this is Plan B. Legit. And that's what it is. And if we were to sign Rabiot again, like I said, it's just more underwhelming when we look at the free signings we've made. Because I can't stress enough how happy I am about the free signings we've made, and it's the only free signings. And we need to add to that because that's a great start. I keep saying this. The window we've had so far is a great start in terms of signings. Martinez was a positive against Brighton. He was fine.
Yes.
There's a reason that Welbeck switched from Martinez's side to go and play against Maguire. And in Maguire's defense, he wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? In that Maguire wasn't awful. I didn't look at him. I'm saying specifically in that game when I look at other things. And Olu's saying, nah, this is Plan D. How do you know that's Plan D? You don't know that's Plan D or not. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, you don't know if that's Plan D. Again, people complained and said, all right, we don't want De Jong. Where's Plan B? But then people complain about Plan B. Said this before. The club ain't going to sign the players that you want. I wanted Basuma. We were never, if people say, oh, United missed out on Basuma. No, we didn't, because we never went in for him. How can we miss out on someone that we were never in for? Basuma fits, I think, personally, I like what it is. But clearly Ten Hag's going to know he's not for me. Kamara, who we mentioned for Villa, that's another one. Sangara, who's at PSV, who I know about because I scouted him on FIFA before I heard about him from anyone. He don't seem to fit the bill. I've seen other DMs, shout out to Mina from Gold Diggers. I see her tweeting about midfielders all the time, but we'll see. Again, the window's still not closed. It's only the 9th of August. And maybe, just maybe, this defeat to Brighton, which obviously we'll talk about in depth, kicks us into gear in the transfer window.
Hopefully
and let Ten Hag know. I think Ten Hag was already fully aware. This just reinforces what he was already thinking. This is just a reminder of how bad it is and what he needs to do. Let me get to some of the comments as well. Dominic says, Rabiot links are not ideal, but that's who the manager wants. Bring him in. We cannot be entitled. We are a Europa League club currently. Yeah, I think the only thing we should want to expect is for our club to do the best. But I understand not being, this is why I'm not entitled. This is why I'm like, the window so far I like, but we have to add to that. Michael says, Flawless has that flow still. You thought of being a solo rap artist. Big up, appreciated. Yes, solo music on the way during the rest of the year, 100%. You've just got one more crew video. Go on, fam.
No, sorry. No. So say what you're going to say.
No, I was going to say, so there's one more video coming out with a click. Take note. Obviously, that's the crew I'm in. That's the click. So we got one more video, then the EP will drop, and then I'll start doing solo stuff after that. United fans are Glazers, bitch. We deserve this. We only want to fight with each other. One done is because people don't want what's best for the club. You know what I'm saying? They want what's best for them. And this is why I always say emotions cloud logic. This is why McTominay's still starting and stuff. The majority of our fan base ain't serious. And we have too big of a global fan base to boycott because people will still buy the merch. We have too much of an international fan base. People will still buy it. Even if we boycott it, just in the UK. Say no one goes to games, which is not going to happen But say no one goes to games, no one buys the merch, they'll still sell elsewhere. They're not going to games is a bigger thing because on TV, an empty ground don't look good. That's bad on everybody involved. But if me and Ivorian are season ticket holders, we give up our season tickets, 2 other people are going to go. I'm saying the waiting list for tickets and season tickets at Manchester United is long.
And you know as well, Flawless, people take flights from around the world to come and watch
exactly.
because it's like a holiday to them.
Yeah.
And they want to take that opportunity to watch Manchester United. So if the locals don't buy it, the international supporters will buy tickets to fly over.
Max, 100%. 100%. Without doubt, we have McTominay. I'm not pressed. This is the same fan base talking like Neymar is a scrub and Bruno is our savior. I don't want to hear it. Large up Eddie in the cut every single time. Blue Strip says the club has a long way to go. Here's the thing on that. I'm not surprised by this. I don't know if it's just me, like I always say, maybe because I'm cynical. Maybe because I don't let emotions cloud my logic in regards to my football club that I love. Manchester United had a long way to go. I didn't need us to lose to Brighton on the opening day for me to realize this. I didn't need Manchester United to lose on the opening day to Brighton to know that De Gea can be a liability, that Shaw's not good enough, that McTominay's not good enough, that Fred's not good enough, that Bruno's not good enough, that Rashford's not good enough. I didn't need to. I've been saying this about these players. Now the penny's starting to drop with people about Bruno. And people like he's world class, he's top class, he's this. Do something then. Do something. This is what I keep saying and that. It's a bare talk, enough hype. The reason why I'm so critical of certain players because it's like deliver, because they're hyped up. I've been saying this about Rashford. What Jamie Carragher said was spot on when he said if Manchester United are trying to get back to the top and Rashford's in there in the front three, the other 2 have to be superstars. Rashford at best is a squad player. He's done at Manchester United. In terms of a starter, can he be an effective squad player? Yes. Nothing to do with injuries. Nothing to do with injuries, I don't believe. Maybe it's from a mental standpoint, something's going on. His confidence is low. But look at that chance he missed. I'm not even saying score. I'm saying hit the target. It's on your left foot from 6 yards out. Hit the target. That's it. The one that Bruno put over the bar in the first half. Hit the target. I'm not even saying score. Hit the target. Basic stuff. I'm hitting the target from there. And I'm no striker, people. I'm no striker and I hit the targets from there. But I know the club had a long way to go. It didn't surprise me. This is why I said I think United will finish 5th. And at best 4th. But if we finish 6th, it wouldn't surprise me. And there's over 45 of you lot in here. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, man. Hit the like button. Let's get the likes up, man. Let's get us to 50 likes expeditiously. Save says, apparently Man United have pulled out of the Arnautovic transfer. Do you think they'll go for a more shocking option or a better alternative? It depends on what you say shocking option. Because what's a shocking option to you may be an okay option to Ivorian and a fantastic option to me. Or it may be shocking to me, great to you, and okay to Ivorian. So it depends on what it is. Do I like the Arnautovic? Underwhelming, I've said. But I don't think there's a shocking option out there. I won't put Arnautovic in the shocking bracket. Shocking to me as a striker would have to be Timo Werner. That's what I would put in there. Kai Havertz. Like, it'd have to be somebody like that. Yeah, it'd have to be someone like that. What's his face? The guy from Burnley. Not the one that got bought. It'd have to be Richarlison for me to be like, it's shocking as the 9. That's why I'd say it'd have to be that level rather than underwhelming. But yeah, your thoughts on this question here, Ivorian.
We got Marko Arnautovic. You know what? Yeah, they pulled out real quick. Then certain men that are unable to pull out in their gale, fam. That I'm actually happy about that. You know, I really am happy that Manchester United pulled out on Arnautovic deal because that guy's a racist. By the way, I just want to point that out. That you may not know
about this,
but he's a racist. Yeah, and I don't welcome that at my club. You know, and the reason why they probably pulled out is because I don't even think they do their I said due diligence. Yeah, they didn't do that. The fact that some fans wrote to Richard Arnold, the CEO, for him to see it to pull out, it says a lot that they didn't do their due diligence on the player. Yes, the player used to play for Steve McLaren, FC20, while Ten Hag was there. However, another player that's got attitude problems, that's got bad behaviors as well. Why do we need to welcome someone like that? And he's 33. Where the hell are we going with this situation? I thought we're looking at long-term solutions and we're trying to look for a short-term solution. This gives me the Odion Ingalo vibe that we had where we were just trying to find anyone to come in, and we happen to find someone that are willing to just drop everything that they have to come to Manchester United. Because Ricardo told you he was in his towel. He just took a shower and he was like, I don't care. I called my what's it called? I didn't, man spoke to his agent in the towel, fam. He don't even caring, bro. Didn't even tell his agent, let me put my clothes on before and let me call you back. Like, no, I want to go right now. You best call that Chinese club and sort out this transfer window, bro. But yeah. Arnautovic, I did not favor that. I got angry because the fact that we got pammed, and at the end of the pamming, we see that link. It's like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? Yeah, even Gary Neville didn't have words for it. Like, you saw Gary Neville, I just don't know. I can talk to you about anything in the world, but apart from
all of a sudden, Gary Neville can be a pundit on Manchester United again. Now we can look at things objectively again.
He didn't even want to be objective towards the Arnautovic link. Yeah, man, I'm not for it. I don't care if he's good and you fit into 10 system. It's the fact that he's 33, he's old. Yeah,
it's not happening now, innit? We'll go on, carry on.
Yeah, but imagine if it was. He's 33, he's old. I thought it was coming out this buying players that's into their retirement kind of scheme. Before we came out of that, we bought Cavani when he was coming close to the end of at the end of his career. We've done the same thing as Zlatan. We did the same thing with Ronaldo. I thought we're coming out of that and focus ourselves on a young striker, because we was told by reports not long ago that Manchester United are looking for a young striker who's complete, that can fit into 10, that can do everything, and also has a lot to learn. And why are we being into Arnautovic? Marco Arnautovic. I'm just not for it, man. And I'm glad we pulled out, man. Great.
I don't know whether we pulled out or
no, we pulled out, man. I believe
we
pulled out, man. News said that he pulled out. People saying that they've pulled out was good, man. Good pulling out game, bro.
EFAC, we will get to this flawless. We need to speak on the
we'll get to the games. Come on.
Yeah, we'll get to the game. I've spoken on the hair though. I've said this. Should have never gave him that contract in the first place, because you're never getting that money elsewhere. This guy was decent last season. The 2 seasons before that. He was like decent last season, decent the season before that, and then 2 seasons before that, he was poor. He's not had a good season in like 4 or 5 years. Like, let's call a spade a spade. He's not a modern day. The same way I criticize Ronaldo is the same things I criticize De Gea for in terms of being a modern day goalkeeper. De Gea is he's not a modern day goalkeeper. Also not brave too. Like I said, I didn't realize as I was watching it, his error for the first goal. And then I seen the replay on Twitter and I was like, yo, come kick the ball and take a kick. You know what I'm saying? In that you're going to get whacked as a goalkeeper, but we've seen De Gea not be brave before. We know what he's like.
And look at this, Fondo said that Bologna rejected the first bid. We made a small bid for Arnautovic, and they rejected it, thinking that they can milk us. And for that reason alone, pull out, bro. Wow. Good thing you put out on the deal, because they wanted to milk us on Arnautovic. That's just worth under 10 million.
Facts. Let us all pray that Monaco against PSV goes through today in the Champions League. This way, Rabiot goes to Monaco and Gakpo from PSV comes to us. That's from Tazo. I don't know anything about Gakpo. What position does he play? It's my first time hearing about him. Hey, let us know in the chat, people. We have no idea. Olu says, look at all the names you mentioned. Was Rabiot ever in anybody's mind as a potential? Here's the thing was Malacia in anybody's mind as a potential? No. Mm-hmm. And he was our first signing. Nobody was mentioning Malacia. This is what I'm saying about obvious signings. I don't care if I know the player or not. Do they fit what the manager's trying to do? That's what it is. I was over the moon when we signed the left back. Nobody mentioned Malacia. We was linked with the fullback from
Dumfries, isn't it? Dumfries.
No, Dumfries, the fullback who played in the Conference League. Feyenoord. I forgot his name now. He played.
That's
in the
Malacia.
League. Was that Malacia?
Malacia was the right back.
That's the only.
We was linked to Malacia before.
That was not him. No.
No, we was linked to Malacia.
Yeah. That was the only time. But we got linked to the other German. There's a German fullback. Rome.
Oh, I mean,
David Rome or something like that.
Drum. Drum. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Him. We got linked with him. Malacia's the only. That's the only time he got mentioned was that Conference League, and that's it. No one was expecting that signing. It was that one time. But yeah, I was thinking of Rome, not Malacia in the Conference League. Rome. That's who I was thinking of. David says, big up Flawless and Ivorian, preach. Let him know about this History Channel football club. I don't believe anything this club says. Dead squad and no depth. Yeah, we knew. Big up to you, David. I knew all this. I've been stating all this. That's why when people were talking about top fours and I said, yo, we're 4 at very best. I said we'll finish 5th. I still stick by that. But if we were to finish 6th, it wouldn't surprise me. But again, I've said this: Europa League is the target. Forget the Premier League; it should be second priority. First priority and the most important thing should be the Europa League, because we can still, as bad as it is, and yeah, people are going to overreact because we got beat by Brighton. We can win that. If the 11th best team in Germany can win the Europa League, we can win the Europa League. If we can't match what Frankfurt have done, burn Old Trafford to the ground, it's a wrap, and start again, rebuild it from scratch. It's a wrap. Show is over. We might as well go down to Conference North and start again. Like, legit, if we can't match what Rangers do and get to a final. Well, we'll see. Big up Roland in the cut as always. Says McFred, Maguire, and Rashford will determine Ten Hag's success this season. He has to drop them. I hear this. This is a very, very accurate comment. And I throw Bruno in that mix as well. I'm not going to lie. What are you saying, Ivorian, to this?
You know what, yeah?
Well,
Ronan, come on, man. It's the truth, bro. Like, come on. We can't be successful with McFred, Maguire, Rashford, and also Luke Shaw, and also Bruno Fernandes' erratic behaviors at time. And who else? Again, just and Maguire's captain again. Bring it back to him. Like, we will never be successful with those type of players. Even I want to name a player as well that I feel like his name starts with M and ends with EL. Yeah. It starts with an M and ends with Xiao or something like that. Yeah. I also don't think we can be successful with B-Tech version of Andy Cole and Dwight York, but that's my opinion, innit? Like, but yes, Flawless. That's what I have to say. I agree with Ronan right there.
yeah, and he did say, and he said Shaw as well. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, throw Shaw in the mix as well.
Absolutely.
Basically, near enough the whole 11, basically. Like, it's pretty much. But yeah, Ronan, I agree with you in the players you mentioned and more as well, 100%. Where else we gonna go to? Let's keep the comments and questions coming in. Just make sure you keep them Manchester United related. Safe says, in which game in the Premier League has Bruno rocked the place? That guy stinks out the place too much. Been speaking about it for often. I spoke about this guy for a year and a half now about not being good enough and not excelling at anything. He's a good finisher and that's it. He's Ronaldo in the 10. He's Ronaldo in the 10 with better movement and a better engine. That's what Bruno is. Better engine, more movement, more hard working, not as good a finisher. That's what it is. But that's the only thing he excels at. His passing, he don't excel at. He don't excel at being press resistant. He don't excel on the half turn. He don't excel at gives and goes. If we have attributes and we have technical, mental, and physical, what does he excel at technically? Nothing. Apart from finishing. What does he excel at mentally? Nothing. Apart from work rate. That's the only thing I can say mentally that I give you that. Physically, he's not quick. You don't have good acceleration. He's not pacey. He's not strong. He's not agile. He's not got a great balance. Go on Football Manager, people, and list it and look at all the lists and then put that and then use that for Bruno. That's where I got that from. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they have in football. When I was playing Football Manager, that's what they had. They had the technical attributes, mental and physical. They had the three things and then you list it. But people will tell me this guy's world class. See that pass that De Bruyne played for Haaland against West Ham for the second goal. Bruno's never played a pass for us like that in his life. Never. Show me a goal where he's played a pass that good and he spanned someone. Never. Flawless, do you see? Oh yeah, back to this thoughts on the Savage list. Yeah,
Milankovic Savage.
I seen a hilarious tweet and someone said I don't want SMS, get me a DM. You know what I'm saying?
Man, like, he don't want to spend on a text message, but you rather slide through Baddy's DMs and that, yeah?
But I'm not gonna lie, Savage, I don't know enough about to comment. But I've heard he's good. Chelsea have been linked with him before. I've been linked with him this summer. I don't know a lot about him.
We've been linked to SMS for like 100 times in the last 3 to 4 years, ever since Paul Pogba has been at this club. Like, there's a player that, of course, has got a similar stature of height as Paul Pogba, technically great as Paul Labile Pogba. He can go forward. He can play the centre midfield role. He can technically also play the number 6 role, but he's more favoured to play the 8, the box-to-box role going forward, breaking into lines and etc. He will be a good replacement for someone like Paul Pogba. But it's whether the question is, can he handle the Premier League? Because Serie A and the Premier League are two different kettles of fish. the Serie A is more slow. It allows you to show your technical abilities. It allows you to show your passing and everything. You see more of how good you are. But in the Premier League, there's only short limits of time and space for you to do everything. You need to be technically good, strong, quick, and etc. You need to have all your attributes rolled into one. You need to be complete when you play in this league. And if Milankovic can do that, he'll be a good signing. He's Serbian, and Serbian people technically are hardworking citizens, and they put it all in their football. So I feel like he's a player that can do well at Manchester United, but it will take time. You have to bed him in, because look at it now. If we were to sign him now, we have to bed him slowly because preseason has already gone past. We can't just throw him into the mix because he might get lost and look like shit at the end of the day, at the end of the match. I'm for it, but not for a high price. You know, I prefer him over Rabiot and Arnautovic.
So yeah, with SMS, get him in it. Cool. If that's who we're going for, I'm like, yo, get him in. I'm like,
but
cool,
but again, it's still monitored FC. You know, mention I have spoken to the agent, yeah, but still haven't decided whether to put in a bid. So it's about decision now. It's decision FC right now for Manchester United. You know, we're in panic mode, and you don't even want to make an affirmative decision. Like, what is going on? Like, you know, the player's good. Ten Hag is willing to take him on because right now, this is not a Ten Hag suggestion. This is the scouting and the board suggestion because they have looked at him before, and they've looked at certain players before that they've wanted to sign and tried to push through to Ten Hag. You know, but Ten Hag probably looked at it and said, "Nah, I don't want that. It's shit, bro." You know, them vibes there when someone's trying to sell you something that's not good.
No, I hear that. And big up to Abdullah as well, who's just become a member. Much appreciated, man. Love for joining the membership. Again, people, link for the membership is in the pinned comment. Many great perks, including how to get on the shows, how to get on the Q&As, how to get on Q&As on the Twitch, how to get on Q&As on the YouTube, how to take priority on fan calling shows, how your questions and comments to take priority during Q&A shows as well. And it all supports the channel further. So much appreciated, Abdullah, for becoming a Sarcasm citizen. Much appreciated. And we're going to continue to get through the calls as well. Over 50 of you lot. Get the likes up. Go subscribe to Red United TV as well. Link is legit in the title, people. You can keep the show rolling, click the title, and it'll open up a new tab. So you can still hear us and watch us and go subscribe. Because Ivorian has great content over on his channel as well. Flawless, do you see Newcastle taking over United in 3 years? A lot can happen in 3 years.
Ooh.
All it takes is for United to get the right manager or the wrong manager, or Newcastle to get the right or wrong manager and players and stuff. So much can happen in 3 years. Who knows? Newcastle could have a fantastic season this season and exceed expectation and finish 7th. They could finish where people expect them to, like 8th, 9th. They could have a poor season and finish 12th, 13th. We don't know. I can't say that. 3 years. I can't, like, so much can change. So much. And when you say take over, like, that's a lot. Because as bad as we are, in our worst season, we still finish 6th. In our worst season, we still finish 6, people. This is why I said I think worst case scenario, we'll finish 6.
I know. Can I have a go? Do I see Newcastle taking over United in 3 years' time? It's possible, but however, looking at Newcastle right now in terms with the financial fair play rule, they can't spend the money that the owners got because they don't make the money. So it will take them time. So they need to brand a very good marketing strategy that can bring in the money for Newcastle in order to buy those superstars and pay their wages. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens in 3 years' time. And if they do, that means they've done it perfectly well. If they put a plan together and they've got the right people in there to achieve those plans and get to the target that they need to get to. But we shall see, man. And I will cry in 3 years' time if we're still in the same position and we're still sitting here on a Tuesday at 5:30 saying our team still sucks, fam. You know,
it could happen. It could happen, to be honest. Big up Dan, who says United employ and retain yes men to make them feel like they're actually good at their job. When real G's like Red Pill Ralph tells them the truth, they get rid of him. The board and owners are rats. Big up to Dan Sillyman. Regular watchers of the channel would have seen him on here before, and he's had enough. I've seen his tweets. Like, he's tired of everything. We know United people having a party out here. We know that Manchester United's board members ain't good enough and owners ain't good enough. I agree with this 100%. That's why I don't continuously bang on about it, because nothing's gonna change. When they choose to sell, they choose to sell, which they probably won't do. In the meantime, we have to deal with what we can and do the best we can. Do the best that we can with limited resources. And United can be successful under this ownership. I've said this before. Will we dominate the Premier League and Champions League and win back-to-back Premier Leagues and be like in back-to-back Champions League finals under this ownership? No, that won't happen. We're a cup. But what we can be under these, man, is a cup side. You know how I know this? Because we've won cups. Since Fergie's left, we won a Europa League, we've won a FA Cup, we've won a League Cup, we reached the Europa League final, we've reached 4, 5 semi. Have we reached? Say that again.
You won the EFL Cup as well.
Yeah. League Cup. That's what I mentioned. We've been to what? How many semi-finals did Ollie reach? 4, 5?
4. Yeah, and
4 and won one. So we've won 3 trophies, 4 semi-finals. There's probably another semi-final in there that Jose or Van Gaal might have lost as well. Maybe another final we've lost. We are a cup team. We have to forget the Premier League. Our target should be Champions League if we're in it, if we get to that stage. Europa League this season, FA Cup this season, League Cup this season. And that squad is good enough. We're good enough to, no one can tell me with the right draw. Of course, if we book City, Liverpool, Chelsea, we ain't going to win the FA Cup or League Cup. But it's like, let's forget, but with a favorable draw, can we win a domestic trophy? Absolutely. Can we win the Europa League? Yes. We should be prioritizing that. So this is why I'm looking at this season and probably why I've been optimistic. Because as much as people say, oh, Arsenal are better than you, Spurs are better than you, Chelsea are better than you, them 3 teams are in the same boat as us in terms of winning trophies. Them 3 teams ain't winning the Premier League. Chelsea have a shot at the Champions League. Spurs in Europe, forget about it. Spurs with Conte in Europe, forget about it. Arsenal in Europe ain't done shit in their entire history. Everyone's in the same boat. We're targeting the Europa League, FA Cup, League Cup. Arsenal are targeting the Europa League, FA Cup, League Cup. Spurs, forget about Champions League. They might end up with the Europa League with Conte's European record. So they're targeting FA Cup and League Cup. Chelsea are targeting Champions League, FA Cup, and League Cup. We're in the same boat. Are Chelsea better than us? Absolutely. Are Spurs better than us? Absolutely. If you want to say Arsenal are better than us, I won't argue you down. But my point is, it's nowhere near as bad as people are making out. That's what I would say. And that's not aimed at you, Dan. I'm just saying in general. Like, we're a million miles away from the top, but we knew this already. That's why I don't understand why this outrage is happening now. Did we not know this before the Brighton game? Me and Ivorian spoke all summer about transfers and where this team was at. And I've said 4th at best people that we finished. I've legit said we are not one of the 4 best teams in the country. So I don't expect us to finish top 4. I expect us to be in the top, but maybe that's just me being a realist. And this is why I'm not mad, because we've been like this since 2014. It's 2022. One thing I do, like I said, again, is the manager. It's the man. That's what it is. I like the manager. But it ain't good to have the Premier League back. Dan Sillivan says Gakpo is a left winger, but then you get Peter who says Gakpo is a right winger and can also play false 9. What footed is he, people? Is he left-footed or right-footed? Like, what is he? Because Mertaza says Gakpo is a forward. He can play left wing, get rid of Rashford so he can do a full-time job in feeding the kids and writing essays. Gakpo is a very technical winger with a lot of PMP. Yeah, bring me PMP. But I prefer a right winger who's left-footed, and then Sancho can play on the left. That's what I'd prefer. Kreku says Bruno can play if he's disciplined. Why are you not disciplined as a professional footballer? That's just basic 101 to me. That's a big eye-opener. How are you not disciplined as a professional footballer? I don't get it. But, you know, hey, we move. Eddie's saying, they're saying Bernardo Silva going to Barcelona for 80 million. Yeah. At this point, they are the greatest scammers of all time. Oh, it's ridiculous. That's a blow to City, though. That is a blow to City if they lose him. But they will replace him, but it's still a blow because Bernardo Silva, baller.
I just don't understand how they're doing these deals, bro. It's just criminal.
Crooks.
It's criminal.
Crooks. Absolute crooks. I'm telling you. It's ridiculous. Where else we at? Save says, I gotta say it, if Sancho doesn't cook this season, he's officially a flop in my opinion. He's got to do something. 73 million, right? Yeah, I think we're all in that boat that Sancho has to cook.
Yeah.
Well, he can't do it by himself. Nobody would cook with Rashford and Bruno. And Ronaldo. Then none of those man are link-up players. Sancho's a link-up player. And to link up, you need someone to link with. There's no links. You know what I'm saying in that? There's no links. Ironically, we ain't got a DM. That's dry, man. We got no links, no DMs, nothing. Sancho out there by himself, like legit. He's a give and go player. You know what I'm saying? And that 1-2s round the corners, like playing like that. But again, Bruno, Rashford, Ronaldo, Sean are overlapping. You're getting the ball from McTominay and Fred. You're out there by yourself. But yes, he has to cook. He has to cook 100%. I agree. He has to. Otherwise, I'll be looking at him funny, without doubt. Big up Abdullah, who says, all friends, big up to this channel and panel. Big up and smash the like, guys. And James says, thoughts on hashtag empty Old Trafford for the Liverpool game. Ivorian, your thoughts?
You know what will send the biggest message, because we did end up getting one of the biggest games in England suspended 2 seasons ago. But it will show a big sign to the Manchester United board, even though I believe they don't really give a damn. Yeah, they don't care. They don't live here. They don't probably watch the news. You saw how it was from the time my man gave you a speech to his NFL team, telling you man, giving a motivational speech, saying that when Ronaldo was here at the age of 16, yes, he was really motivated. When this time Ronaldo came to us at the age of 18, I don't know what his PR team done, but they flopped. So that just tells me my man is not in tune, doesn't really care. So the Glazers, it won't impact them because they won't know. They'll probably be on a holiday with one of their young bad bitches, enjoying themselves while the news is circulating that no one attended to Old Trafford. It will send a message, but at the end of the day, what's going to happen? How many times have we need to do a protest? Before the game, we done a protest. You saw the pictures, innit? You saw the pictures and the videos of Manchester United fans protesting. What took place? Nothing. 2 weeks ago, before the season ended, protest. Nothing. You know? How many protests are we going to have? Nothing will happen. So even if it's empty, nothing will change. They won't sell. They won't sell for some reason. I don't understand. Like, you can propose them £5 billion, they won't sell for some reason because they know the value of Manchester United. You know, as long as that name is still within the commercial image and it's still doing okay, they will hold on to that being ownership. I don't think people understand how the Glazers feel being owners of Manchester United, knowing that that club can finance a lot of moves for them. It's good, you know. It's a level of entitlement, you know. You go around smiling saying, I own Manchester United. Oh, wow, you're rich. You're really rich.
I hear you, fam. Trust me. I hear you. MOTG says, oh yeah, and thoughts on the hashtag empty Old Trafford. Our fan base ain't serious, man. So it don't matter. Our fan base ain't serious. We did the free protest last year, and I went to 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Man was there on the pitch scoring goals and
Flawless. Shh, don't say that out loud, bro.
I've scored more goals at Old Trafford. I've scored more goals at the Statue of Limitations. I've scored more goals at Old Trafford starting than Rashford has in the past 18 months. However, I'm joking, people. I wasn't on the pitch. It's a joke, people. I wasn't. I was there, but all jokes aside, I went to 2 of the protests. I thought we're starting something. Then we signed Ronaldo and our fan base shut up. I was like, all right, I'm done. So I'm done protesting. It's still Glazers out all the time. Fuck the Glazers. Hashtag Glazers out always. But our fan base, call me when our fan base serious. That's when I'm in. If Ten Hag doesn't get the players he wants, would you see him walk out of United? No. I think people are overreacting with that. Ten Hag is I believe, was fully aware of the task at hand. Was fully aware that he might not sign players. I believe he's the guy that's chasing down De Jong. I believe that's him. I believe he's the one that's pressing. If reports are true and there is no plan B, I think that's on him. And I'm not mad at that. I'm saying that's on him. So do I see Ten Hag walking out? No. Because if you're gonna walk out in 2 months into a job, like going gets tough, then you just a bald Conte. I'm saying if you're just walking out when you are. You can't just walk out when the going gets tough.
Yeah, that's true. That's not a good sign to me, you know. And that's I feel like you see it out. As a
you
manager.
Sat down with these people as well. So it's like, that's on you. I'd say do your due diligence. It's like when man them like start linking a new girl, and then they're like, oh, and then they just all in with the girl and then realize she's crazy. Yo, do your due diligence. Talk to her. Ask her questions. You'll figure it out. Crazy people will usually let you know that they crazy.
Yeah.
Ask questions. Or man them will be like, oh, I didn't know she had a kid. How have you been out with this girl multiple times and don't know she has a kid? Ask. Talk. You know what I'm saying? And how don't you know these things? You know what I'm saying? You laughing because you know it's facts, fam. You know it's facts. Like, that's on him. Do your due diligence. Know who you're in that instance, literally getting in bed with. You know what I'm saying? In that, like literally in the instance I'm looking, you are getting like do your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? In that, just jump in the bed. Oh, I didn't know she had kids. I didn't know she had a relationship. I didn't know she had a crazy baby daddy. I didn't know she had brothers and rare. Yo, ask. You know what I'm saying, man? Scout, do your due diligence in it. So that's on Ten Hag. That's why I don't think it'll work. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Glazers still own the club. Ivorian touched on that. Yes, they will. Being a good cup team can help us winning the league takes. Having a rich squad depth and first team consistency. Yeah, I see that. Olu says Matt Letizia used to cook by himself. Yeah, in the 90s. This ain't 1996 anymore. This is 2022. Nobody cooks by themselves at the highest level. If there is Olu, you name me a player currently right now who operates at the highest level who cooks by himself with very limited talent around him. Tell me. And no system. Tell me. Because we think the tables have turned, then it goes backwards again, so the cycle continues and people have had enough. You see a bit of hope, then you get slapped in the face and reminded again. This is why you shouldn't, I know you done, but this is why I say people like hope will kill you. Hope will kill you. Why, are you over the moon? Understand where Manchester United are. Yes, we have a better manager, but we still have problems. What can I say? Me and Ivorian, listen to me and Ivorian every Tuesday talking about this over that entire summer. That even though Ten Hag's here and we're happy about that and happy about the signings, we still have problems.
We've been having problems. Literally, it's Houston. We have a problem every day. Every day.
If Martial returns, would it be better to play him left wing with Ronaldo and Sancho or the one from the preseason? Play Martial. Martial has to be the striker.
Do you,
Go on, what are you saying?
What I can add to that, because I know if Ronaldo is, for example, if Ronaldo is the striker, we get into the position where we have to drop either Rashford or Martial. Listen, I'm dropping Rashford every day, any day of the week, bro, and putting someone as Martial in. As much as I just discredited Martial, he's more intelligent than Rashford. He knows when to make the right pass, to cut in and take a shot or take a fake shot and drill it in for a low pass or low cross to someone to tap it in. He's intelligent like that, you know. He likes to play intricate passes and etc. 1-2s and links up. So I prefer him on the left wing than Marcus Rashford, because Marcus Rashford, he'll pass to the corner cone, bro. He'll do stupid stuff like that. And you saw that. Marcus Rashford is still the same Marcus Rashford. Not improving, not impressing. But Flawless, we need to get straight into the game.
Yeah, we're going to get into the game.
We are 56 minutes into the show.
We're going to
touch the game.
We will. Yeah, we will touch the game. Give me just one set just to run through a couple more. And then we are gonna touch on the game, people. Taza says, it's funny how Sancho was a flop after one season when certain man like Maguire, Shaw, and McTominay get away with murder and haven't done anything for the past decade. Saying man wanted that racist striker. Yo, he's Shaw does. We're gonna touch on Shaw and McTominay and the rest of them man who you mentioned getting away with murder. We will. We will. I know United need players ASAP, but what one position plus player would you get right now? Multiple. I can't pick out one. They're all important, as we've seen. They're all important. But okay, before we get into that, before we get into the game, make sure you hit the like button on the video, people. Hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share it across all the socials, please. And subscribe to the channel notification bell. Big up my guy, you know what I'm saying, Kovu in the cut as well. Cubcam TV says, have you seen the Savage stuff? Yeah, we discussed it just slightly earlier. But anyway, I don't know too much about him, but I'm with it. I'm saying from what I've seen clips, get him in. He's technically sound. He improves us. Get him in. Cool with it. No problem with that. No problem with that. Gavin says, don't forget he wanted assurances before he signed. If those assurances are broken, he could walk. Don't get it twisted. He's not walking. He's not going to walk. Guarantee you that Ten Hag is not going to walk. Not right now. I'm saying no chance. He has a one bad window and then he walks. It's like, all right, you have one argument with your woman and you're going to walk. No. I'm saying, you're going to try and make it work out. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. He's going to try and work it out. Kobe says, considering a bid for someone who's at least half decent, deal done for a trash bag like Rabiot. Is that what it is, Kobe? Is it considering a bid? All right. See? Well, yeah, Ivorian, go into it. Manchester United 1, Brighton 2. We lose our opening Premier League game. Ten Hag loses his first game at Old Trafford. Talk to us.
Oh, guys, Manchester United won. Brighton and them man too. You know, again, the Seagulls have flown from Brighton all the way to Old Trafford to shit on us once more. Especially hitting Eric Ten Hag's bold head. He felt that one because then last week, Flawless, when you asked me, Ivorian Spice, how you feeling towards this game? And I told you, I don't know. I'm nervous for some reason because of what we saw with the Rayo Vallecano and the Atletico Madrid, seeing the squad still depleted, not signing that much players. And it came to fruition because, guys, I was so damn nervous. And guess what, guys? With Manchester United, depending on whichever country you're from, guys, because I'll relate to you. It's the same shit. Same rice, different stew. Same rice, different curry. If you're Jamaican, same rice and peas, different jerk chicken, jerk fish, jerk lamb, whatever it is. It's the same shit that we experienced last season. Nothing has changed with Manchester United. And Flawless, if you look at the whole game at all, in the whole, the first 45 minutes, because I'm going to get into that first 45 minutes, where the first 10, 15 minutes started off okay for Manchester United, you know. We was holding the ball, 80% of possession, 20% to Brighton. Then after that, everything capitulated. The first goal we conceded, Diego Dalot being exposed on his right-hand side. The slide-through pass going behind, in front of Harry Maguire for Warbeck to get that to cut in for Sean Gross. And Sean Gross on that day grossed the fuck out of me because he scored 2 goals. The second goal as well, Luke Shaw, his side. Luke Shaw. That's exactly when I took a pause. I had to pause on Luke Shaw because I'm tired of him. We all tired of Luke Shaw. The guy is not good enough. The guy is consistently inconsistent. That's what he's good at. Leaving himself exposed for someone else to take a shot and then for Gross to get the tap in. And I thought to myself, I saw Maguire in that picture as well. Martinez was running towards the ball, but Martinez did what he was meant to do. He stayed solid and calm in the whole 90 minutes. Made one mistake where it could have been a penalty, but we wasn't given the penalty. But Maguire, at the end of the day, I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him. He makes me sick. Even when he rolls his socks up, I'm tired. Like he acts like he worked hard. Even seeing that, even when he fixes up his captain armband, it pisses me off right now. But the first 45 minutes was so damn poor.
Keep going.
God, I'm going.
I'm still listening. Keep going.
The second half, guys. Wow. You know, Manchester United never scored, by the way, guys. You know, it was literally Brighton 3, Manchester United 0. Even with the goal that we scored, the own goal, but before the own goal, Marcus Rashford, again, Trashford, we have an issue that we need to sort out, bro. Do you not think before you do anything in life? Did your mom and dad tell you ever, before you do stuff, think of the actions that you'll be committing? Think about the consequences. Because for you to get an opportunity for a easy chance where Ronaldo was onside, slides it through to you, Rashford decides to go on the goalkeeper's strongest right instead of when he had all that space on the left-hand side. And this is what I mean about Marcus Rashford. We will not go anywhere with Marcus Rashford playing up front for Manchester United. He's done at playing for Manchester United. It's time for him to start riding bench or go do something else with your career. Manchester United scoring that first goal, own goal. From there, you think changes need to be made straight away. Because we're right now, momentum's with Manchester United, you know. We can technically come back from this. But the substitution that was made, right substitution, wrong time. You brought on Donny van der Beek. We needed energy. You took off Fred. Fair enough. McTominay will get to him because I'm not done. Yeah.
And then
in the 89th minute, when things just look like pear-shaped, the energy, even with Van der Beek's being brought on, the energy of that midfield was just done. Because the fact that Eriksen had to drop deep to play the number 6 role said it all to me that we don't have options. Yeah, 89 minutes, you make 3 substitutions. You know, 3 substitutions at the 89th minute when we needed to make this substitution around the 70th minute to bring that energy into the team. And that's where I can start faulting Ten Hag. The starting lineup told us all And we wasn't surprised. Last week we said, guys, don't be surprised if McFred starts and Maguire starts. It was going to happen. Yeah. But it's just how it happened. Now going into players. McTominay, don't play football ever again. What does McTominay offer? In fact, I don't even know why I'm calling McTominay. I should technically call him McShadow because he hides behind players' shadows. That's what he does. McStiff, McShadow, McGo away, McMayo light, whatever you want to call yourself. You know, I've had enough of McTominay. The fact that he played almost McShadow. That's it. Flawless. Is he not hiding behind people's shadows?
Yes, I legit called him McShadow. That's good, yo. I called him McShadow. You know what I'm saying?
The fact that he played almost 80th minute, was on a yellow card, didn't contribute anything, giving the ball away, but yet our manager decided to keep him on the pitch. Maguire makes me sick. Regardless,
before you continue, I was gonna say, Kovu, if you want the link, let me know. Same to you, Dan. If you might want to jump on, let me know. Go on, carry on. This is a great rap. McShadow's for me off. McShadow, bro. It's so accurate as well.
No, it's absolutely accurate.
It's very accurate.
Boy, and Bruno Fernandes is a fraud, and I wanna report him to HM Revenue and Custom for fraudulent activities at the end of the day because I don't see this Bruno that we had 2 years ago. He's just disappeared, you know? And the false nine, Flawless, which I can understand you want to play a false nine because you never had a striker. But I thought Bruno was a bona fide false nine, as you just said there. Bruno is a bona fide false nine because he wants to play up front. He's the one that played in midfield.
Average footballer, fam. That's what he is.
He's the one that played
average. Well, go on.
Bona fide. It's true, but if you're going to play anyone as a false nine, Flawless, as you said earlier on, the one that gets forward all the time, that wants to score the goals, and probably is not the best of finisher. It's Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. On top of that, you see Mark Rashford on the left-hand side thinking, okay, you know, I hate to see Marcus Rashford back towards goal. I don't like, but I would have taken Marcus Rashford, but I knew how it would have ended with me cursing and being frustrated at Marcus Rashford. Bruno playing up front, but it took Eriksen to play false nine. What was going on there? But the team selection itself said it all. And I just think it was too much for Erik ten Hag, you know. He never saw this coming, you know. He never saw it coming. The team like Brighton took us out. It took us out. And I don't even have a man of the match, but my donkey of the match gotta go to McShadow. Where's the donkey of the match, innit?
Yeah, I hate you. Pretty much, I agree with everything you had said there in regards to it. The reason why I predicted us to win was even though these players are not, and we know these players' levels, and we know when they perform poorly, we can get performances like that from the team when individuals perform poorly. We know all about Luke Shaw's deficiencies, McTominay's deficiencies, Fred's deficiencies, Bruno's deficiencies, Rashford's deficiencies. We know all about those five. But what I expected from them was like a new manager bounce. Number one. Number two, fresh season. Number three, time to impress, clean slate. Like last season's now forgotten. It's all about a clean slate. 4, you're at home against Brighton and the crowd was rocking. I know man that was there. You know man that was there. I asked him what was the atmosphere like originally. He said it was rocking. Like people were up for it, but you have to give the fans something to cheer about. All you had to do in the first 2 minutes, 5 minutes, crash into someone, put in a flying tackle. You know what I'm saying? Play with intent, play with some energy, play with some belief, play with some confidence. Win a corner and hype up the crowd, just the basics. And the crowd would have been on side. But they did nothing. We looked lethargic. It looked like the back end of the season like we had nothing to play for. It didn't look like, the first game of the season under a new manager. And you're expecting that players can, despite a player's ability, a player can run. A player can show intent. A player can show confidence. A player can fly into a tackle. Anybody can do that. You can take the worst player in the football, the worst player in the world, and they can do that. There's players at Saturday League, Sunday League level that can do that. So why can't you do that? But you know what happened? These man froze. They got on their big stage in front of 75,000, 80,000, 90,000, you know, OT, biggest stadium, best stadium in the world, and froze. Everything we'd seen in preseason, all the clips playing out from the back, playing with intent, playing with confidence. Because someone made the point, shout out, I was on Statman Baines' channel yesterday, and shout out to Marcel, he's called, shout out to Marcel from United View, big up Flex, KG, the whole United View gang. And he made the point that the best season this team had with this, right, the same group of players was under COVID when there's no one in the crowd. And then back onto that as well, it's no surprise that that under Ollie, our away record was better than the home record. These men get in front of the home crowd, the home fans, and freeze. How are you freezing? You playing at man, just show some confidence. The crowd want to cheer for you. And we didn't get any of that. And that's the most disappointing thing. Sure, we'll start with the goalkeeper. The Gea I've spoken many a time on this channel. People criticize me. Where's my guy Emmanuel, who's normally in the chat? Me and him go back and forth all the time. All the time. Shout out Emmanuel C. That's my guy. Hopefully he pops up. De Gea for that first goal. Cut out the be brave. If that's Edison, he's taking a whack. Take the whack. You're a goalkeeper. You have to, but we've seen him in pre-season not come for a cross and not be brave. We've seen him, I think it was last season when he came for a cross to punch it and he's looking away. Despite him not being brave, he's not a modern day goalkeeper either. That is a problem. I don't think we need to address it this window, but it needs to get addressed probably next summer. Luke Shaw spoke on countless times. I think he gets away with more murder than McTominay, to be honest, considering he was bought for a big fee at the time. And he's the most. I was making this point when I was on Bainesy's channel. When you look at the team, he's the most senior player there outside of De Gea. He's the most senior outfield player. Martinez is new. He's older than Maguire and been here longer than Maguire. He's older than Delo. He's older than Fred. McTominay's an academy player. Ericsson's new. Sancho's only been here a season and is younger than you. Rashford's an academy player who's younger than you. You're the most senior player. Stand up and be counted. Because even for the first goal, he's 2-on-1 at the back post. That's not his fault that he's 2-on-1 at the back post. That is not on him. That's on you've got a winger in front of you. You've got two DMs. Fred should be getting back. Martinez should be over there maybe. I have no issue with him being, like, it's not his fault being 2-on-1. Shout at somebody, though. That's my biggest problem. Why are you not shouting at anybody when you're 2-on-1? Let me be playing Saturday League and I'm 2-on-1 at the back post. I'm shouting at man. And that's Saturday League. Open your mouth and talk. This is my thing, but just passing the buck. No responsibility, no accountability, no character. I'm saying, let Vidic had been 2-1 at the back post. He's shouting at man. Why can't I see you shouting frantically? Wave your arms, shout, yo, Fred. I'm 2-on-1 here. Because you can see, because it's on the left-hand side, our right-hand side of the pitch, Brighton's left. So you can see what's going down. And you can see, shit, I'm 2-on-1 here. Somebody get in and help me. The Kevin Hart meme. Help me. My back against the wall. This is real. Help. Shout. But he doesn't. And then for the second goal, criminal. Let March cut in on it. That is basic defending 101. Show man down the line. I play pro clubs and be saying that to people. Me and Murtaza playing a back three on pro clubs. He's in the chat. Go listen to the streams and you hear me saying when someone's on Murtaza's side, show him down the line. Don't let him cut in. Show him down the line. If one of our DMs is doing it, show him down the line. So I can shout on pro clubs in an imaginary game. But Manchester United, who are at the top level and get paid thousands upon thousands of pounds to do it, sure can't shows march inside. Should De Gea do better with the shot? Maybe. You could argue that. Maybe you should push it around, but that's mostly on Shaw. Why are you letting him cut in on his left foot? You know March is left-footed. Again.
And you're even left-footed yourself, fam. That's what pisses me off the most.
And then on to what's it called? Where do we go? McTominay, you've said everything about it. We know this. Excels at nothing. Hides. Completed 8 passes in 45 minutes. And we had more possession of the ball in the first half. Second half, I don't know. I need to check the numbers. But first half, I think we had 62%. You know what I'm saying in that? We had 62% of the ball and you completed 8 passes. Where were you? You're just doing up magic tricks, disappearing in front of millions of people on a football pitch. Poor, not good enough. But we know McTominay's not. Fred, poor, not good enough. Shouldn't be playing as a 6 anyway, but not good enough. The one where there was the pass he took off De Gea and then he gave it away and then he made a slide tackle in the box. De Gea's got to be more aware there. Fred has to be more. Sometimes you can be too brave for your own good. Why are you taking the ball there with your back to goal on the edge of your own box? Why? Something's gone wrong. I play central midfield. I'm not taking that pass. Are you crazy? Why play yourself into trouble? Especially if you're press resistant, different. If you're Dembele, for instance, the Dembele you played for Spurs, I use him as the example. Or you're Kovacic, I use him as an example. I'd understand doing that. was their press resist. Ericsson does that. I'd understand it more because you can spin it, man. You're Fred. Know your lane, know your level. Yeah, I'll send you the link in a sec. I got you, Kofi. I'll send you the link. Fred, like why? Why is the Hayes playing him the pass? Man's on you. It's not like Fred came short, picked up the pass, and then he was closed down. Man followed him. So therefore, if a man follows him, there should be space elsewhere. But again, this is just basics. On to Bruno. The Bruno thing, what did he do? Keep hearing how good he is and how cold he is, and he's this and he's that, and he's world class and he's top class, and he gets this many goals and this many assists. What does he do, people? What does he excel at? How does he help us build up attacks? How is he in the middle of attacks? How does he do on the end of attacks? What does this guy do? What does he create? This guy don't start attacks. This guy don't maintain attacks. Nothing. What is he out there doing? Just cardio. Legit. Rashford I've spoken on many a time. Finished at Manchester United as a first teamer. Do I believe he can be an effective squad player off the bench? Yes. I believe he can be an effective squad player off the bench. However, not good enough. Not good enough, and it shows. The chance he missed. What did he do? Ineffective. Didn't know he was out there. Ineffective. Who came on? Ronaldo. Didn't really do too much. There's a reason nobody wanted him as a 9. What did he, ready or not? What did he do? Yeah, you know what, Bob Dunn, you're right. Yes, Bruno does break down attacks. So I've just named our left back, our 3 midfielders, and our left winger. That's 6 players. So that leaves you 2 centre backs, your right back, your 9 false starting Ericsson, and 1 winger. And people will get onto Sancho. Be like, why didn't you do anything? Look at what he's working with. I thought Martinez was good. Maguire maybe could have done better for the first goal, but I thought he was all right. Dalot wasn't too good. Sancho ineffective. Ericsson, what can you really do? But we started to get a little bit more control when Ericsson did drop, when he took Fred off, I think, and he brought on Ronaldo. Ericsson dropped into the 6. That's one thing I give Ten Hag credit for, is he figured out McTominay can't do that. And for the first goal, why is McTominay dribbling with the ball?
You know what? Yeah, I don't understand why they encourage McTominay to go forward.
He is, you know what? He is better going forward than he is picking up the ball, but I don't know why he's dribbling.
Listen, I don't know about better going forward, man. I saw him try to go forward and lose the ball as we're trying to twist and turn. And stuff. And one thing I have to say, Flawless, is that regarding the team, these players, they're pum-pums. At the end of the day, they caved in. One thing is that what happened? What happened to the football that we was playing during preseason? Man taught you how to kick the ball, when to pass, and etc. Did we see Ten Hag football on Sunday? Did we see that? Did we see the pressing? I was like, this team ain't really pressing. They caved. They done exactly the same thing that they did with Ralph Ragnick, and Ralph Ragnick spoke the truth that some of these 10 people need to be sold because some of these players can't play Eric Ten Hag football. This McFred can't play Eric Ten Hag football. Maguire can't play Eric Ten Hag's football. Luke Shaw can't play Eric Ten Hag's football. Because why? Because he's scared to overlap. Like, you're a fullback sometimes, you know. You need to just go forward. Go back and forth. But Shaw doesn't do that. He doesn't offer anything. Dalot had a terrible game, yeah. But I'm sure he can recover himself, you know, and probably show a bit more better performances in the future coming. These players caved in. And you know what? One thing I have to say, because I would like to ask everyone in this, including you, Flawless, is that we lost. But I'll be honest with you, we did say it was going to hurt before it gets better. I'd rather us lose the first game and probably the second game to get things right, for things to get better, instead of having that whole phobia, the whole Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era where everything was nice and sweet. We ended up singing Ole at the wheel, you know, just because we went to Paris and enjoyed our night and asked him to, and someone from BT said, that's our manager, give him the contract. And next thing you know, he signs the contract. We lose to Arsenal, and the rest is history. So I'd rather it start bitter than end up sweet, because at the end of the day, he saw exactly that. He put his trust in these players when we all said, fuck giving these guys a second chance, bro. We've done see them get a second chance on the Ragnick, and they folded and caved in, you know. But he decided to go and give them a chance. But now he sees it for himself that I can't trust these players. Yeah. The question is,
Well,
Ten
before you
Hag.
continue, fam, hold that
Sorry.
thought. Hold that thought. Got to welcome. You know what I'm saying, Mr.
Kovo's coming in.
Cubcam, Mr.
Oh.
Cubcam TV himself. Covey
Yep.
is in the building. Yes, Covey. He's saying you good. Outside of Manchester United, are you blessed?
I'm all right, brother. I'm all right.
All right, that's cool. That's cool.
It was a bit of a nutty weekend in Brighton this week. It was Pride weekend, so it was crazy. Played loads of shows. I then woke up on Sunday to watch that with a 14-hour hangover. Straight. I can't think of a situation that would have been like worse to watch. To be honest with you, horrendous. But yeah.
Same. Well, go on, carry on, Ivorian, what you were saying.
Yeah, they just caved in. So the question is, like, if Ten Hag goes again next week against Brentford this time, I'm sure we're playing away with the same lineup. Then he ain't being the person that I thought he would be.
Facts.
You know, the disciplinarian, the one that will bench you if you're playing shit. Ten Hag has to make changes because he's already putting his trust on these 11 that started against Brighton, and we got Pam. They caved in. So now it's time to bring in someone like Malacia into the first team. If you want to drop Maguire, please do. Bring in someone like Varane into the first team as well. Or if you want to play Martinez a bit forward, just don't play Maguire, man. We just don't want to see Maguire anymore. Do what you have to, even if it means bringing Lindelof in. And you know how I feel about Lindelof. Then do your thing, yeah. And if it means dropping Rashford and bringing on someone like Garnacho, and I ask myself, why didn't we put on Garnacho? Because Garnacho shows me something that I don't see from Rashford.
I think he came on late. It was late when
he came on too late. You look at the game that he influenced against Rayo Vallecano and the games that he played in the FA Cup. He takes on players. He beats his players. He doesn't run into his players. It's the only thing about Garnacho is that he doesn't look up to find the pass, you know, because he's young. He wants to score the goals. He wants to be like Ronaldo. But I believe if we play Garnacho, he have a better impact than Rashford himself. So let's see. Ten Hag, I will back you. But you know me, when you constantly debate the same mistakes, I will back you to the end until it gets to the state where, you know what, I can't back you anymore. Like, you're really not learning. But you got me. I got you, bro. Like, people can say that it's on him. It is technically on him with the starting 11, knowing that he should have not trusted these players and not making the right changes. It is on him, but he should learn from this, and I hope he does. Now, let me pass on the mic.
Covey, your time. Thoughts on the game?
So I watched it start to finish. Somehow, I don't know how I didn't fall into a coma of some kind. To be honest with you, it was horrendous. I watched the first 15 minutes and could see straight away what was going to happen. Now, bear in mind, I like Brighton as a team. Not just because I live there. I like the way they play football. I like the way that Potter manages them. I like the way they interchange. And I like the way they make, I don't want to say not average players because they aren't. They have got good international players in their team and they've slowly become more recognised for that. But I like the way that they get the most out of each and every player. That being said, performance-wise was atrocious. It almost looked like within about 15 minutes they reverted back to almost the end of Jose sort of era. That's what it looked like it went back to, just when it wasn't even like an Ollie style of play. It was literally straight back to, we're going to literally do the minimum and try to cling on to losing 2-0 and it not get worse. That's what it looked like. I wrote a few notes down when I was listening to the intro just to make sure I had something to say when I jumped on. Thanks for having me on, by the way.
No problem, man. Anytime.
Anytime.
Good to see you too, Warren, always.
Yes.
So, on the topic of McTominay, that's the first one. Like, it's so clear that we don't have that we need to sign a CDM. That's the most clear thing. Last time I was on, I explained this. I said the same thing, that you can't win anything without a qualified CDM. It's the most important position on a football pitch. So even though I can't stand McTominay, and again, I went on a massive rant about McTominay last time I was on the show, there is, I have to look at it and go, well, who else is he going to play? Because realistically, Van der Beek is an attack-minded, basically a false 10, if you're going to call him that. That's basically what he is.
10-8, yeah?
Yeah, that's the sort of role he plays. We need someone to play in that defensive midfielder role. Fred did it this week and wasn't good enough for it because he's not that. That's never been his position. He's been a box-to-box winning midfielder. That's what he's always been.
He's an 8. He is an 8, yes.
Yeah. So when you then look at what the options are, you have got who could potentially play there. Since Matic is now gone, you have got McTominay. For some reason, that's become where he plays, even though he can't do it most of the time. You've got Garner, And you're telling me he's going to put Garner on in the most important position in the worst United team in 20 years. He's going to go, Garner, you save the day. You really think that's going to happen?
I don't think he's going to do that.
That'd be a stupid move. That'd be a terrible thing to do. So he's got that, Van der Beek or McTominay. They're the three apparently that are going to work in that CDM position because I doubt Fred's going to do it.
Yeah, go on.
Really, from that. So you have to look at it and go, without actually going and buying a player who can play that position, what do people expect to happen? Like, this will happen each and every week because unlike us, every other team in the Premier League seems to have at least a semi-qualified CDM. It's the position you can look through the Premier League, and every team has a qualified one. Brighton sold their best one to Spurs. Yeah. And Caicedo comes in and is still better than anything we need. Brighton's backup is better than our best option.
Wasn't we linked to this Caicedo? Because we were linked to a Caicedo.
But he wasn't already past it and wasn't going to sell £600,000 in shirts. So why would we go anywhere near him? There's so many things alongside this. Well, Dalot I want to talk about because I don't understand why people think Dalot is in any way capable. I think I think he offers as little going forward. No, he offers as little defensively as Wan-Bissaka does going forward.
I'd say that, but the thing is, the reason why I wanted to get onto, obviously, we'll get onto that low in a sec, with the midfield, even though Donny isn't a 6, I'd still play him there because I still think he's more, we get more out of him than we do McTominay, 100%, just because he's a better baller. Is he the long-term answer? No. Is he naturally a 6? No. But both the answers to those questions with McTominay are also no. And he's also a worse footballer. Give me try Donny in the 6. Again, do I believe it's like going to be revolutionary and we'll be fine? But do I believe we will be functionally better? Yes, we will function much better. With Dalot, with him defensively, that's just fullbacks for you in the modern day. Like outside of Reece James, Robertson, when you look at top fullbacks in the Premier League defensively, they ain't the best. We've all Trent.
There's not the best, and then there's bad.
No, but I don't think he's. But I wouldn't go as far to say he's bad. I think he's just okay. I don't think he's bad defensively.
I think when you watch just how put it this way, when does he look comfortable defensively? When have you seen him not look like he's scrambling?
Yeah, but that's more so Manchester United. That's us.
True.
That's us. Like that comes down to the 6. That comes down to systems and helping. Like when he's because I don't mind him scrambling and getting across. Because like I said, and you're playing. Yeah, Maguire I thought actually was okay, but that's why I'm not really looking at Dalot and going, all right, this is on you. This is why I was saying this season is about implementing a system and these players have nowhere to hide. They need systems to help them. I think any fullback you take, any fullback you put in our team is scrambling. Put Trent in our team, he's scrambling. He scrambles in a better side. This is my point. Like, what I'm saying, like outside of Reece James, I think you could, again, going forward, I think he's a good outlet, but he just needs more. He needs more of the ball. Like in terms of that, but we don't build up. We was just discussing this. We mentioned McTominay. You mentioned Fred. I'm not saying we can't upgrade on Dalot. If United were to get a right back, cool. I have no issue with that. Zero issue with that. But when you have McTominay, Fred, and Bruno, and Rashford playing on the right-hand side, which sometimes happens, of course Dalot go and sink. You got who are you linked like who? Dalot's one of them. Like I've seen him at times where like, I like the way he'll play the ball forward, like progressive passing, but he's the fullback. Like I'm looking at the rest of you, man. Like what's going on?
I think so much of it just still boils down to the fact that there's maybe 3 players that are good enough to challenge in this entire squad, and the net spend is still 50 million this summer. It would not surprise me if we don't get another player because it's been either 50 or 100 for the last every summer. It's either 50 or 100. It's 100 usually. It seems to be every other year. We'll either do 50 or 100, and it looks like they've already done what they want to do this summer. We've had 10 first team fringe players go out, and we've signed 3.
Yeah, I think we'll sign more players, but I understand your point. I do believe we will sign players. I think we'll sign more. When I see the Arnautovic things and stuff like that, I'm like, they're gonna sign somebody in it. Speaking of that,
go for Tony. Go for Ivan Tony.
I've said this.
I take him for 20 mil.
I would take Ivan Toney. I've said this. I would. But speaking of that, someone who's definitely going to brighten the mood. My guy, Dan Sillyman, is in the building. What are you telling me, Dan? You good?
What's going on, man? How's everyone, man?
Bless.
You got
I don't
big
know if you
man.
bet Dan. That's Kovu. That's Dan.
What's going on, brother?
Yeah, man. But yeah, Kovu, go on, carry on, and then we'll get your thoughts, Dan, as well. Carry on.
Yeah, I mean, just I had a couple of other things. Like I've seen a few people saying that even now, for some reason, like I've seen people saying that Ronaldo's still the main issue. There are 10 other issues that need to be sorted out before Ronaldo.
More than 10.
Literally. To the point, put it this way: if we were to sell Ronaldo, do you genuinely think they would replace him with someone who is even on par? It would be a worse replacement, realistically, at this point. It would be a worse replacement.
Depends who they get. Hey, if we get Tony, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? In that, my main issue with Ronaldo isn't like him being a problem on the pitch. My whole energy changed towards him when he said he wanted to leave. When he said he wanted to leave, which I understand. I understand why you want. I mean, I'm a fan. I don't want to be here. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fully understand why you don't want to be here. I get that. But if you don't want to be here, that's not of help. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. And I do hear people are like, oh, will we get a replacement? Who knows? But if man don't want to be, but he'll be here anyway, because no one wants him.
But off the back of that, we're still in a position where if, say, Ronaldo's out injured, at this point, say Ronaldo is out injured, we are either playing Bruno in essentially a false nine, which we saw this week did not work in the slightest. He can't do that role. There are elements of Bruno that work in a 10 and have worked over time, but in that 9 role, it does not work. So that means we are literally one injury away from either that or Elanga starting. And then who's coming on the 70th minute when we're 3-0 down away at Southampton? Who's going to come on then?
Probably Garnacho.
Yeah. So I rest my case. Youth is a myth, bro. Youth is a myth. I rest my case. It's a myth.
Yo, when you put it like that, Kobe, I can't even say that.
McTominay would not be even in. Do you think United would go and sign McTominay?
No. He wouldn't even enter the realm.
He's there because of youth. That's what it is, bro. It's there because he's there because he's a youth player. Youth's a myth.
Like, we would not, like, our fan base would be more in uproar than they were about the Arnautovic links and the Rabiot links. Like, their fan base, if we were like, yo, we're going to go get McTominay and that, like, 110%, is mad. Yo, Dan, what you saying, man? Thoughts in the game. You know what I'm saying? Talk to us.
Oh, mate. Unlike my brother here, yeah, I didn't even finish watching it, bro. I can't even lie to you.
All right, what minute did you cut off?
That, man. I had enough of this shit. I'm done, Flawless. You don't understand. Like, I'm done. I'm fully done. I don't even think I support United anymore, bro. I'm keeping it so real. Until the Glazers are gone, I'm on loan right now. I'm on loan to just football in general now. I have more joy watching other like, it's crazy, bro. Like, it's got to this point. And obviously you were saying earlier about what were you saying about you've been knowing this and seeing this and that.
Yeah.
For that reason,
like, that was more. That was more not at
no. It was aimed at me because I made the comment. That's cool though.
But I said to you, I said not aimed at you, but go on, carry on.
I know, but you always say that, but it's like, just say it's aimed at me. It's cool.
No. You know me. It was aimed at me. And you've had many debates. You know, I know you won't get me because we done. Like, you know, if it was aimed at you, I'd say, how many debates have we had on here about stuff? You know, if I'm direct to you, I'm direct to you. Fam.
But it's like you always add that. It's not aimed at you to suggest that, really. It's aimed at me, but you're just saying it because, like,
you're a sensible fan, but the point you was making is stuff I've heard from fans who aren't sensible and actually expected better. You don't have an unrealistic expectation of this team. But I'm saying the point you made, I've heard other people make who have an unrealistic expectation of this team. Like when United fans have debated on here and like, United should be finishing in the top 4. We are not one of the 4 best teams in the country. So how do you come to that conclusion? That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? You're going to tell me we should be challenging for the league, but we're the 5th, we have the 5th or 6th best squad when I ask you. Make that make sense. So that's why I said it wasn't aimed at you, because what you said I've heard from other people. Yeah, this is what it is, innit? I'm just saying, innit? I'm using that as an example. I'm using that as an example. Yo, Dan, you're on mute, fam.
Yeah, Dan, you're mute.
Why am I on mute? I didn't select you. Did you mute me, fam?
Nah, I would never do that, fam. My hands was here. How can I mute you?
No, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought now. Man.
About what I said. I said something I said earlier. It was something I said earlier.
No, I mean, like, are you like, we can't
about
be surprised
people,
now that people are just like had enough at this point. It's been simmering for time, for 10 plus years, bro. Like every season, brother, it's worse and worse. Like every second, bruv. So it's like,
Go on.
I get your point where it's like, yeah, we've been knowing this, but like I said earlier, it's like we see the little signs. You mentioned a whole list of points not too long ago, like in the sense where, you know, first game of the season, the fans need to be geared up, everyone needs to be geared up, and the first game of the season sets the tone, bro, for like the season. So it's like if we're setting off on this foot yet again, we haven't got the signings we wanted yet again. Like, we're going in for Arnautovic and shit like that yet again, another Igalo type signing. Like, come on, bro. Like, when is enough? It's like you're slapping me in the face. You're slapping me. Every season, slapping me. What do you expect? Like, it's not even a reaction thing. It's been 10 years, bro.
Yeah, but you can't. So if you've been getting slapped for 10 years, you can't be surprised in the 11th year when you get slapped.
I know you can't. You can't. But we love Man United so much.
You do
that. We were sticking. We were holding the slaps. We were moving
I've been ducking, fam. You know what I'm saying? I've been ducking. You know what I'm saying? I was bobbing and weaving in that. I've been.
Listen, yeah, but now and then you get caught with a little jab. Now and then you get
ready. We're in an abusive relationship where we get physically abused and we blame ourselves. It's our fault. You know that relationship where she constantly get abused, get beaten up, and she said, like, I said something wrong. Like, it's my fault that he beat me up.
And it's crazy because I'm only applying this in when it comes to Man United. If I was in that actual situation that you just described, it will never happen in life. But it's only when it comes to Man United, we segregate Man United. We have different rules apply to Man United. And that's the crazy thing.
Because you know what it is? It's because you can't change your football club. Now you can change your wife.
What I'm saying.
You can't change your football club. Like, you can change your wife. Like, based on
the football club.
Bro, I'm a fan, but I'm not a supporter right now, man. I can't.
That's fair.
Can't do it.
That's fair. But yeah, like I said, more so, I was disappointed by the players' response to the first game of the season. But that's why I didn't get angry, because I know that's within them. But like I said, disappointed. All the reasons that I listed that you mentioned before about it being first game of the season, Old Trafford being up for it, a clean slate, etc., a chance to impress. The crowd want to be on side. But these men just folded. Everything that happened, all the clips, everything I'd seen in preseason, we folded. When we got on the main stage, folded. We're cold in the gym. When it's an empty gym, we're the coldest, splashing freeze. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. We've seen this every season, Flawless. We used to see Pereira every preseason be sick. And then, do you know what I'm saying? But it happens every season, bro.
Put some respect on Pereira, because he dunked.
Hey, don't do that.
Put some respect on Pereira in it. He did. He dunked on Liverpool. Shout out Pereira in that. You know what I'm saying? He could get in that midfield. You know what I'm saying in that. Certain teams who are chasing quads can't beat championship sides, but we move. Facts. At Fulham in most people's bottom threes. I swear most people at Fulham getting relegated. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying certain teams who are looking at Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues, you know what I'm saying, and best ever team can't beat them. I'm just saying. But, you know. Go on, carry on, Dan.
No, I was done.
Right. Oh, was you done? But yeah,
what's down as a fly trying to lip you in that, bro?
That's what it was. I understand. Sexy. I get it. Nah, but it was on the screen. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, in regards to it, and this is why, like I said, it was more for me. It was more disappointing. It was more, this guy's froze. Oh, he's back. It was more underwhelming. But this is why I wasn't like, oh my god, we've seen these players do this shit before.
No, I'm still gonna do the oh my god, like, and keep it moving. I'm still gonna do it though. I'm allowed to express my.
I'm not saying you're not allowed to. Yeah, you can express it.
Sorry, Flawless, I'm not asshole killer like you every second of the day.
It's not even about being an asshole killer.
I'm trying to be more like you.
Again.
Hey,
just be you, Dan.
I can see the vein coming out your muscles, bro. You need to calm the hell down.
That's good
bro.
enough, man. You know what I'm saying? That's good enough. And Ray says, don't watch us. Sorry, what do you say? Big up Ray, though, because he is a member. Don't watch us worry about yourself. We don't lose at home. Now you just draw away to newly promoted sides. That's what you lot do. You know what I'm saying? I've said this. I'm saying you lot are just like Di Matteo's Chelsea and like Arsene Wenger's Arsenal, I know, and Claudio Ranieri's Leicester rolled into one. That's what you are. You know what I'm saying? That's legit what it is. Most overrated team in Premier League history. I swear on my life. The hype, everything's overrated about you lot. Your manager's overrated, your players overrated, your stadium's overrated, your atmosphere's overrated. Everything just overrated, man. About these guys. One Premier League and one champs, you know. They just Leicester in red. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying let's do with a little European spice. But anyways, back to Manchester United football. It's crazy. But with it, hopefully we bounce back against Brentford. That's what we can hope. You know what I'm saying? We can bounce back against Brentford. I'm expecting Ten Hag. This is where now, like, you earn your money. I'm expecting to see changes. I'm looking at it and going, yo, you cannot line up 4-2-3-1 with Shaw at left back and McTominay and Fred in midfield. You have to either switch the system or switch the personnel. But we'll go to you, Colby, on that. Brentford, how are you looking at it? And are you confident going into the game?
I'm not confident going into any game. I've been confident going into any game in the last 3 years, bro. Like, like, realistically, it just isn't a thing. Like, there is, but you look at it. Brentford play a system. It's very clear. The main reason Ten Hag's come in is because we now know there is at least a system being applied in some way, shape, or form. It will take time to get there. It'll take time to seep in. It'll take time to become muscle memory. But we know at least on a very basic level, there is some level of systematic design going into what's playing. Regardless of whether the players are good enough or not, there is at least some level of system. Player for player, are we better than Brentford? Yes, I do believe. Player for player, we are. But if you were to ask me this question in, say, 18 months with the same players, I would say yes. I reckon we win. But currently, we are, as I've already said earlier, like, it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to get way worse before it gets better because we're now watching people jump from one kind of circle into another, and they are not landing in that circle anytime soon. So we don't know where they're going to be. I mean, you have to make changes. I think Ronaldo has to start. I don't think you can do the same system again. I think you have to bring in. I think you have to. I mean, realistically, I don't think you can start Garnacho because I don't think he's there. I don't think you can start Alanga, so you probably have to start with the same two wingers. I think you do. I think it wouldn't surprise me if we see the exact same midfield.
No, we can't.
I think we will see the exact same midfield.
I'm looking at Ten Hag funny if that happens. Sorry to cut you off. I'm looking at him funny.
I do think Malacia will probably start over Shaw. I think that's probably what will happen.
Okay.
That'll be the first change that we see him implement. Again, I as a signing, Eriksen is good. It's a very nifty signing. Like, it's the sort of signing you would probably expect someone like a Liverpool to make maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Like, then bringing Wijnaldum in. It's that sort of signing where it's like, cool, nice bit of business. I like that. I like the transition. But I don't understand why over the summer we have signed another essentially Cam when we are crying out for a CDM. And we now have an issue of fitting 2 Cams into the team.
I think we should drop one because none of our Cams are good enough. That's why. That's just me, though.
I agree. But there were points at the weekend where I saw Eriksen already slipping into hero ball mode. I saw him. There was numerous times he was doing it, where he was just going, "Cool, let's just play the long ball and hope someone goes." And I saw it numerous, like 5 or 6 times it was happening. So until that system comes into play, I don't think we can be confident going into any game. We are essentially going to have to be smash and grab until the system is there, and that won't happen until the midfield is upgraded. Whether that's going to happen in the next 3 or 4 weeks of whatever's left of the transfer window, I don't know. If not, it won't be till January because the players we currently have aren't good enough to do it, and that won't change until we upgrade those positions. So it's going to be dumb luck up until if we don't sign a player, it will be dumb luck up until January. At which point it would have been, I think, maybe 5 years since we actually signed a defensive midfielder.
Jesus, it was March the last one.
That was the last defensive midfielder we signed. Before that, I think it would have been Herrera.
Yeah, and is Herrera technically a 6? Because I swear he's also an 8 still.
Play DM, CM.
I hear what you're saying though.
But he could play that role. So essentially, when you look at it like that, the 2 players that we've actually signed to play that position are no longer with us. So we haven't actually signed and kept one that isn't a youth player in over 10 years. So why do people expect it to work as a system? Because we haven't bought the personnel fit for purpose. So you wouldn't go to, say, I don't know, say you work in, I don't know, say you work in a kitchen, for instance, and you've got one guy who's like very good at doing like barbecues. You wouldn't expect your pot wash to go and do your barbecue and expect it to work. Because he's kind of come up through the ranks. You wouldn't expect that to happen, would you? You wouldn't expect it to work. So I don't know why people are surprised. Anyone, I don't understand who anyone can be surprised, to be honest with you. I really, really don't.
Ivorian, in your time. You have
Brentford.
Brentford. Man still here as well. One sec.
Basically, I'm going to do what Flawless done last time, yeah? Manchester United against Brentford, Saturday night at Brentford Community Centre.
Now, they
under
changed
the
the name.
lights.
They change
Whatever
the
it
name.
is, at Brentford Stadium, under the lights. on Sky Sports. Yeah, Sky Sports know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. You know how that's going to end on Saturday, 5:30. You know what we're going to be doing. I'm not I'm confident at all. I am not confident. I feel the same way as I felt towards the game against Brighton. Manchester United are not fixed yet. The way we're playing our football is not there yet. We've got a long way. The philosophy is clearly not there, even though it was there during pre-season because it was not competitive. But when it is competitive, when it's time to show yourself, they caved in. So I'm thinking we may go through the same experience that we did against Brighton. I don't see us winning. Maybe a draw will be good enough for us. If we do win, I'll be shocked. If Ten Hag doesn't make the changes that I want to see, listen, Kovo was right. I don't expect Garnacho to play because it may be too early, too much for him yet. Yeah, but I expect Malacia probably to come in, and of course, to see Maguire get benched, it will be a surprise and a shock. But I don't see that happen at all. We expect Maguire, but that midfield needs to change. One thing we need to see is a different midfield. I don't care who you're going to bring. If you want to bring in Ericsson, what's his name? Donny van der Beek, and also Fred in the midfield three, then do it. If you want to bring in Garner as well in that midfield, or bring it to Dan Iqbal, just do it. Just make the change that will have the impact in the midfield and bring in the legs energy that we need. The one thing I don't want to see is McTominay start. I don't want to see him start because he doesn't add anything to this game. No. It doesn't at all. I'm just hoping that Manchester United can get something, a point or 3 points. If we was to suffer another defeat, I'm not surprised. Then we're definitely going to go 0-3, until we finish the game against Liverpool. But so far, it's not looking good, man.
We could be bottom.
Not looking good,
but you know what I said before? I'd rather us go through it now so we can correct ourselves now and get things right in the long term in the future. So I'd rather take these losses now. It won't hurt. Yeah, but that's me on Brentford. What about you, Danny? How do you feel about the game towards Brentford?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to expect. Like, Man United is the club of you just never know what to expect, man. But it's not looking good so far. I haven't got off to a good start, so hopefully, like you're saying, we can change it around, make some good changes. Obviously, you want to see Malacia coming in. Definitely, that midfield needs to be switched up, and we'll see what Ten Hag is made of, man. Like Flawless said, I'll look at him a bit sideways if he doesn't do anything. Like if he has the same midfield and he only brings in like one change or whatever. So we'll just see what happens, man. But I'm kind of just defeated right now, man. Like I don't have much optimism or hope or for anything. Like it is what it is, man.
It's weird, isn't it? You just feel when you think about United, how many things just as a fan do you look at and go, at least we've got that to hang on to. There's not much realistically. Like I look around that squad and go, I know for a fact that hardly any of these youth players are actually going to develop in the current scenario. They can't develop in the current scenario. They're not playing. They're not having. Essentially, if you want youth players to succeed, it's a really basic philosophy. And there's this weird myth about United that we've always played like a full team of youth every few years. Never happened. It's a myth. No. It's a myth. And the only time it happened was once in obviously 94, 95, 95, 96. We played primarily players that had come through the academy. But you forget you still had Cantona in that team. You still had Keane in that team. You still had Bruce and Pallister in those teams. You still had Dennis Irwin.
It's that mix of quality and experience that you need to bed the young ones through.
And the young players that came through weren't necessarily. It wasn't necessarily that they were. It wasn't necessarily that they grew into the role. They were already good enough to play the roles. That's the point. We're at a position now where we're going. We don't know if they're good enough to play the roles, but give them a chance. That's the issue. The second we're saying give them a chance rather than we know they're good enough to do it, I don't understand why you would do that rather than going and getting someone who's fit for purpose to play the role. You look at City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. They only play the play. Even Spurs. Spurs so rarely do it with younger players. Look at all of their policies towards young players. They will play them if they are good enough. They won't not sign players because they have a player who's come through the youth system who's already playing. They will sign a player in that position, so the player who's come from the youth system has to challenge to get into the first team. If they then beat the challenge to get into the first team, they will sell off the other player and keep the youth player. But to go, we're just going to trust a youth player, means they haven't got any challenge. The reason Rashford hasn't been good for so long, he's had no competition. The same with McTominay. He's got no competition. He shouldn't be starting. The fact that Elanga is anywhere near our front three at this point, when we've seen him do near enough nothing for a whole season, is mental to me. That is, Elanga's probably the biggest definition of we don't need to sign another right winger because we've got Elanga as the backup.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
No, we should go and sign another right winger who is good enough, and then Elanga, if he can be better than the backup, can take that position, then you sell the backup on. Like, it's so bizarre to me that there is this obsession that you can just trust youth players, because no other big team does it. You look at Chelsea; they have the best youth system in the country in regards to actually generating new players. You look at how many players who are big now have come through that Chelsea academy. How many of them during Chelsea's most successful periods were actually being pushed? How many are in that first team now?
Only a few.
Mount.
Only two.
It's Mount, Reece James. That's it. Yeah.
And they are both players that start for their country regardless. Reece James is in the conversation for the best right back in the country. Mount plays near enough every single game for England and has big moments in big games and has done since he was first bedded in. He got pushed into the team, obviously, because Lampard was with him at Derby, and he wanted that connection with the team at that point. So he had the break and used it well. The amount of youth players we have tried to push into the first team that have not done the job, and we've got trust in them because they will get better, that doesn't happen at any other big club. Do you reckon Foden would have got another chance at City if he wasn't already good enough to play?
Facts.
Really?
Yeah, you just been.
Do you reckon Trent would have had an extended run? Realistically, if he wasn't already at a serious level.
Man United not serious, bro.
You spin, and our fan base always encourage this as well. Like, not only do we have to win, we have to win the United way. So that means including attacking and including youth players. And you just mentioned it there. Let it go. City don't do it. Liverpool don't do it. Chelsea don't do it. Real Madrid don't do it. If you look at Bayern Munich, don't do it. How many kids have come through the Bayern Munich Academy youth system? I'm saying very few. They'll go and get players that need, or they'll sign players from Dortmund or from within the Bundesliga. Makes no sense.
You get players that are fit for purpose. If your youth players end up being better than that, you sell the player that's fit for purpose because you now have two players that are fit for purpose. It's not rocket science, and it's what we used to do.
Preach.
There's this myth that we used to just always bed first team players into the first team. The reason Fletcher got into the first team was because he was outperforming the other midfielders we had at the time.
And he's effective.
And we had qualified midfielders at the time, and he was just doing better. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to give your youth players a free run into the first team because they're youth players. You're supposed to see if they can be better than what you've currently got. Because if they are better than what you've currently got, then you're upgrading. If not, go and get a player that's better. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to constantly upgrade rather than waiting for players who aren't good enough to get better. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Anyway, I'm done on that because I'll keep going.
Nice, calm, man. That's what we're here for, man. We've had many a rant on Sarcasm City, man. Like all fans, like me. I've
threats on Twitter that go at me saying, "But youth has always been a part of it." Remember Duncan Edwards? Century, 80 years, like 60, 70 years ago. You're telling me that the system should still work? It makes no sense.
I said Duncan Edwards, you know.
Duncan Edwards, George Best, Fletcher. What is this? The five best players that have come through United's youth system in the last 20 years.
Yeah, facts. Like I say, I've said this youth system's overrated, but the reason why I don't criticize our youth system is because it's very hard to be at the level Manchester United want, not just for youth players, for any player. We've seen senior players, we've seen quality players get signed, come here and fail. We've seen this. Like the pool that Manchester United are picking from is very small. Like everybody don't come here and be successful, and that's the same at City, that's the same at Liverpool, that's the same at Chelsea. How many big players has Real Madrid chewed up and spit out? How many players have we seen go there who are quality and not make it? Like, it's very tough. So we're expecting youth players to come through when you're signing senior players who have been successful elsewhere and have come in for big money and come here and fail. Like that, the stars have to align. And systems is key. I say this all the time. In 2022, football is a system-based game, and you are not going anywhere at the top level without it. This is why I was happy about Ten Hag getting here. Because one thing he can do is implement a system and hopefully get more out of our better players, get more out of our average players, and even our below average players. Absolutely. We've seen Fergie do it. Not so much in system in terms of, you mentioned Fletcher. Fletcher wasn't a special talent, but Fergie knew how to use him. I'm saying there were certain games he played and he was very effective and he picked up man of the matches and stuff. But Fletcher wasn't starting week in, week out. Fletcher wasn't in Manchester United's team for us to be playing attacking great football. He wasn't a flair player. You know what I'm saying? And that. Technically sound and did what he had to do. That's what it is.
Think about it over the years as well. How many of United's actual star players, like the player of the seasons, how often has it actually been a youth prospect? Actually think about it.
Probably.
You look at
probably Scholes.
You've got Scholes and Giggs are probably the two that picked it up on a regular basis. What centre forwards have we really ever brought through in the last 30 years? Rooney is realistically the best centre forward we probably had consistently. Not a youth player. Van Nistelrooy, Percy, Ronaldo was not a striker when he was with us. Cole, York, Sheringham, Solskjaer. They're all signings.
Yeah, Cantona, Hughes, all signings. Yeah, McClare, all signings. Yeah.
All the big players. Ferdinand, the best centre back we've had, signing.
You're right. Vidic signing.
Signings. Right back is probably Neville. But even with that, you look at it and go, what? How many of them are actually youth players that have qualified and been the best we've had? It's signings. It's a myth.
Man, hey, this is Sarcasm City, people. Where people come and I can get their rants off, man. And that's what it is, man. You get shit off your chest here, man. I've been here. Ivorian's been here. Dan's been here. Yo, Covey, welcome to the club, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's for. This platform is for where sometimes you just have to get shit off your chest. I get it, innit? I've been there, man. When you see certain things get said and you're like, what? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, someone mentioning Duncan Edwards to you is wild. That is wild, and that is wild. Black Diamond, any call-ins later, flawless. I'm gonna miss work just to come bring smoke and educate man them. Yes, I will do the fan calling show. It seems everyone's got a lot to say, so fan calling show midnight on the Twitch, people, and that's open to everyone of every fan base. So you don't have to be a United fan. Jump on, talk about whatever you want. That'll be live on the Twitch. The link's underneath in the description. Don't forget the pin comment as well. Link for the membership. Many great perks, including how to get on Q&As, your comments to take priority, how to jump the queue on fan calling shows, plus more as well. It seems, like I said, everyone got a lot to say. And get the likes up as well, man. Everyone's getting the likes up. Real Latin says, I just want our manager to get his priority targets. You can't weigh this manager down with bums like McTominay and Rashford. He needs quality to make the real magic happen, says the Real Zlatan. We'll go to you on this, Dan. Signings in regards to Ten Hag. What would you like to see now in regards to signings? In terms of any positions in particular, any names in particular?
Bro, it's crazy because they saw on Twitter today about the apparent list that Ralph had of players that he put on the list for them to try and sign, innit? And those names you're looking at, you're like, yes, they're the type of guys that we needed. But now we're linked to like Rabiot and guys like that. And I'm just like, oh, this is what I mean about taking steps forward and then more steps back. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of signings, man, it's just crazy because we're seeing a lot of targets. Well, what we would like to be targets go to other clubs. And it happens again every season. Like certain names that, like, what was it last season when, you know, you had the likes of like Locatelli and guys like that. They end up going to Juventus. He would have been a great player for us, you know what I'm saying? Like what we needed to strengthen in that midfield. And then we see like Bissouma go Tottenham and stuff like that. And then you see certain other players going on a free to other teams that would have done a job in our team, you know what I'm saying? In terms of even squad depth, like just bring certain players in, bringing the first team quality as well as the squad rotation players, squad depth as well. Do you know what I'm saying? But mate, everyone knows what we need, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone knows what we need. I don't even have to say it.
Everything, fam.
Everything. You know what I'm saying?
That's why when people ask me the question, they're like, would you prefer this or that? No, get both.
Yeah, I thought that was a trick question you're asking me.
That's what I had to ask because man brought it, because Big Up Reels Latin brought it up like he wants to see Ten Hag get his priority signings and that. And Eddie's saying this here as well. Large up Eddie. Eddie, let me know if you want a link as well. I'll send it to you before we close out because it seems everyone's got a lot to say. So Eddie, let me know. Just message me. Ten Hag told Rabiot that he sees him as a starter. He will take Scott McTominay's spot in the side. Ten Hag thinks United a different player than McTominay. That's a little quip. Your fault. You were shaking your head.
I highly
Rabiot
doubt
signing. Talk about
he
it.
sees him as a starter. I highly doubt that. I believe
Okay,
it's
go on.
false news. Like
Talk about it.
just the
Why
type of bro, like Rabiot. First and foremost, like this guy is a problem. Like people wanted to chat about other players at Man United that have been a problem. The shit that comes with this guy is crazy, and his mum is on a madness. Like, and I'm just like, firstly, aside from the type of player he is, like outside of the football and that, like just the situation around him, why would you bring someone like that in? I thought we were moving forward, going away from them type of things. We want players that actually want to play for the club, that have a good attitude. You know, Malacia seems like a good lad. You know, he sticks his head down, gets the work put in and stuff. But then you look at someone like Rabiot, it's like a whole complete contrast of a type of player that you're meant to be looking at. So, firstly, it don't make sense in that sense. So, I doubt that Ten Hag has spoken to him and all this stuff. I think Romano said that he's spoken to him and that. Romano can't be 100% right all the time, and I hope this is one of the times he's not right.
I think it's something to do with Monaco, if I'm stand corrected. You lot will know this in the chat. And Kobe, I think you'll know this. Monaco are playing today, I think, in a qualifier for the Champions League. And he's interested in going there if they do qualify for the Champions League. That's what reports have said. How true that is, I don't know. But I believe there is Champions League qualifiers getting played today. That's what I've seen in the comments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. It don't make sense. The Rabiot thing don't make sense. It screams panic yet again. Like, no one was talking about Rabiot this whole time until now.
Exactly.
It's happened countless times. Like,
so you don't believe he was on the list before the Brighton game? That's what reports said. You don't believe that? You think that's
no,
false?
bro.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Come on, man. Come on, man. And then we were linked to that Fabian Ruiz guy. A day later, he signs for PSG. We linked to Tesco. A few weeks later, he signs for fucking Leipzig or whatever. Every player we linked with ends up going. What is really going on?
And they do play tonight. They play PSV tonight in the Champions League. Yeah, second leg. Yeah, third round qualifier for the champs. They do Monaco in it, so that's to do with it. Is what I'm saying.
It's all bullshit. Rabiot is not even as Scott McTominay and Rabiot. It's like the same shit, man. What the hell? You're meant to be getting the fucking. You go from De Jong to fucking Rabiot, bro. Come on, man. It's Celso. What's his name? Celso. What's his name again? Sesko to freaking Arnautovic, bro. Fuck off, man.
That can't run,
man.
That can't run.
I've had enough of this shit, bro. And you wonder why I've got the rhetoric and the attitude that I have. This club, bro. Fuck the owners and everyone that's on the board and everyone that is in charge of this shit. I'm done with all of them.
Don't say we don't bring you entertaining content, people.
Rodents, bro. Little rats, man.
Rodents, yeah.
Rabbit, man.
They're rodents, bro. Look at Avram Glazer's face, man.
I know.
He looks like a bloody reptilian shapeshifter, man.
And what makes it worse is when he ties down that ponytail at the back of his head, trying to make himself look like a.
I ain't even trying to judge people's looks in that, but it's just one of them ones. Like, when you're such a vile cretin of a person, then your looks everything about them starts pissing you off. It was the same with Ollie.
Yeah, I hear you.
When Ollie started coming out with certain terms in his interviews and that, you're just like, I just don't like looking at this guy anymore. Fucking Gollum. Princess, yes, sir. Fucking Ollie Gollum, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm done here. I'm done.
It's cool, man. Call you, my brother. We'll go to you about the Rabiot situation. Thoughts on it, because you was pretty much agreeing with what Dan was saying.
You know what? There was a point where I
makes sense.
liked Rabiot as a player. There was a point before. This was like 5-6 years ago. When
he was up and coming, and he was like potential player.
Young pitchy, I thought, you know what, he could end up being half decent. And well, I'm at a loss for it because I don't understand how you can go from I don't understand, how De Jong is your primary and you end up at Rabiot when there are so... You know, Kamara went to Villa on a free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bro, that guy Lamar that Ralph suggested is a baller as well. CDM. Baller.
Dan's not having it, yo.
That was true, though.
Fucking, what's his name? Zakaria went to fucking Juventus for 8 million.
Zakaria, yeah.
What the hell? It's no excuse, man.
Do you reckon it is at a point now where the club simply cannot attract good players? Do you think that might be the
Bro,
point?
they don't even know how to negotiate deals. These
No.
man went to Barcelona and did not even come back with De Jong. They went to
That's
Barcelona to have chats, and what came of the chats? Nothing. They're incompetent. They don't even know how to strike deals. They don't even have to talk. They don't have salesmen. Fucking, do you know what I mean? They're not salesmen. They ain't shit. They blagged their way. They created a fake CV and handed it in, and the Glazers were dumb. They don't know shit about football. They were like, okay, yeah, we'll bring you in. And
I
that's
think
it.
us four could legit do a better job. I think we could
No,
sell it.
definitely.
100%.
Definitely.
I think so. 100%. I think. But Dan's gone. Go on, Kofi. On the Rabiot
Head's
thing.
gone.
No, I feel it, man. I feel it. And I think, but I look at it and go like, there are so many options out there that are better than Rabiot.
Crazy,
There are so
bro.
many options out. There are Premier League options that are better than Rabiot. There are options literally in the Prem. I'd even who's the Sheffield CDM, the one who played in the Prem last season. I can't remember his name.
Oh.
But
Chat, let us know. Let us know.
there's a CDM who plays for Sheffield who's solid.
Oh, I forgot his name, man. I know you're talking about.
And he's solid. Would do a better job. I have no doubt that he'd do a better job. And I did see a stat set up the other day, and I know it's not all about stats, especially in certain midfield, it can be misleading. But I did see a thing that, in regards to every single attribute a CDM should have, McTominay actually has better stats over the last 2 years than
I
Rabiot.
did see that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think they're trying to push a narrative, Kovo. It's like they're trying to make him look like he's better than what he is. But you don't need to tell me that, because I know any European player is probably technically better than McTominay. Without even me not seeing them, I know that. So they're just trying to push a narrative of keeping the Scotsman free. Because at the end of the day, the Scotsman, no one wants to just ask the question, why does he play defensive as a centre-back for Scotland and never gets into the midfield team for Scotland, but he gets into our midfield team?
That's
no
a
one
big
really wants to
sign.
address that in the media pundits, you know.
I need to find out who Scotland's CDM actually is.
Bro,
It's-
we've
it's-
gone
it's-
into the first game
it's
of the
McGinn.
season without a striker, bro. It's
It's
nuts,
McGinn.
bro.
Yo, Kofi,
John
it's
McGinn.
McGinn.
John
It's
McGinn.
McGinn from Villa.
Plays CDM,
Yeah, it's McGinn. He plays in midfield. Yeah,
doesn't he?
it's
Gilmour starts as well.
it's McGinn. I think I can't remember who, but McGinn's definitely one of them. Yeah.
McGinn.
He's-
Then I
Bro,
think
my
there's
head is gone.
three players as well.
That's finished.
It's
That's
a
it.
very much
No,
used to-
because things keep popping in my head. We actually
Go on,
went into the
go
first
on,
game of the season without
Yeah.
a freaking striker, bro. Like, we're makeshift. We're playing Cam's makeshift striker and that. Like, what is going on? Oh my God. This is wild, man. This shit. Bro, when you just sit there and
Is this
keep
the
it.
worst team we've started the Premier League season with?
Yes,
Worst squad.
yes. Why are you thinking about it?
No,
Why you
I'm trying to
think-
think. I'm trying to think about last season.
Is this or one of Knowles?
But this is worse than last season. We lost Matic, Pogba, all them, man.
Yeah, but like Van Hals is one. Fergie had, when I think about it, Fergie had some bad sides. I remember Liam Miller, RIP, Kieran Richardson, Alan Smith in midfield. We've had some bad midfields. That's as bad as this one.
That was bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember us. I think we went out in the Champions League. And I think Kieran Richardson and Alan Smith was in midfield. Swear down. I think we finished bottom of the group to Benfica. Random fact, people.
Bro,
See
we're not
that?
even in the
That's why.
Champions League, bro.
Yeah, but my point is, like, that was the midfield options. We've had some bad squads. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, is this squad bad? Yes, but we've had some bad squads. Like I said, maybe I'm just looking more so the manager in it. Because I like this manager, that's what I'm looking at. Because for the first time in years, I'm like, all right, the manager can do something. As much as I don't rate some of these players, the manager can do something. But yeah, go on, Kofi.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure, because it's usually Turnbull and McGregor who rotate in the midfield for Scotland with Gilmour and McGinn. They play almost like a 2-2. It's a very bizarre system. But yeah, I don't really understand. Again, it boils down to, I don't know whether the board are kind of, I'm under the impression the board are at a point where they are happy with what happens. They are at a point where it's just beyond, why would we go out and spend more than 50 million a year? You're still buying shirts. We're still making the profit. They look at it as a business, which is,
Yeah, they do.
as horrible as it sounds, it's their prerogative. They own it. They can do what they want with it because they own it. They have the ownership. That's theirs. They can do what they want, regardless of if something has 100 million fans. They make the decisions. And the fact, I find it mental. I saw a thing the other day. They pulled out of the Arnautovic deal because they saw the fan backlash on socials.
Yep. And
Yeah, they listen to us because they're stupid. There's no way you should be listening to fans, myself included. That's why they give Ollie, because we was all saying give Ollie the contract. Don't listen to us.
That's absolutely mental to me.
Don't listen to fans. I'm saying, how about you go get people who are qualified to do the job, who are not going to lead with emotion?
That's the lead fucking thing, isn't it? It's qualification.
Yes.
How many of our first team are qualified? How many
very
of
few
our
of them.
are qualified? This is why I always go on rants about bringing players in. Why not go and get qualified players? They might not even have to be the best in their role, but at least they're qualified. There are CDMs that are probably not as good as McTominay.
No, but Cam, they're not the first target. They don't fit the system. You're trying to tell me there's no other players in the world that fit the fucking system?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Only De Jong can do that. Do you know what I mean?
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying
No. I'm not saying you. I'm saying like for Man United, like they think like that. Like De Jong is the only one. Like, do you know what I mean? It's crazy. You're right.
I look at it and go, I don't understand how you just can't find qualified people. That's what it is. Like there are probably 100 players worldwide that could probably do that role. Not saying there's 100 players better than McTominay. There probably isn't 100 players. There's probably about 30 to 40 better in the world currently that you could find that could do a better job than McTominay.
Absolutely.
I don't necessarily know who all of those 40 are because I'm not a professional scout.
That's my point.
You're telling me the most profitable club in the world, one of the most, if not the most profitable club in the world, who brag about their scouting system and they always talk about these scouts. You always see scout reports. You're telling me that those people who are employed to do it can't find 5 each in their respective.
They sack their best scouts. They actually sack their best scouts. How wild is that?
But
they sacked the guy that scouted Upamecano and Alphonso Davies and all these other tick players, and they sacked him. Why?
And you're spitting there, Kofi, because I've been banging on about it for the longest when people say there's no value in the market. No, we don't know about the players. But that's not our job because, like you said, we're not professional scouts. There's no obvious signings. But you telling me you can't find a midfielder who can function in a system. You telling me you can't find a striker. Sesko, who we got linked with, Statman Baines mentioned him to me months ago. We're on a stream. So you telling me Statman Baines in his yard from London can identify a striker that is capable of playing for Manchester United, but Manchester United are not capable.
Khan said there's players in the Premier League right in front of your eyes that you can get.
I like, Ruben Neves is one, Basuma was another, I hear that.
I'm literally looking at the table now. I'm seeing Tottenham. Hoiberg does the job. They've just signed another one in Basuma. Newcastle, who have Newcastle brought in? They moved Thingy back, and now he's doing a half decent job, isn't he? Brighton, Caicedo, Leeds. Who do Leeds play in CDM?
They've got a new one because they sold Calvin Phillips, innit? So they've got someone new.
They've gone and got someone.
I believe so. Leeds fan alone.
They've gone and got someone. You look at Leicester and Didi. Liverpool have got obviously Fabinho in the role. Neves for Wolves. Everton, Kamara. It's mad.
All of these players are better than McTominay.
No, but they don't fit our system, and there's no value in the market, and all these fucking bollocks. Shit, man. Oh my god. Bro, I can't
and another player because we got linked with as well. Because I didn't know, because I don't know anything about it. This is the first time I've heard about him.
He's Dutch, isn't he?
Gakpo, people I asked in the chat, someone said he's a left winger, someone said he's a right winger, someone said he can play winger.
He's a winger, apparently.
But is he left or right? Like, is he right footed? Is he left footed? Someone let us know, because I don't know anything.
I think he's predominantly he's a left winger that's right footed, and he can play up front as well.
Right. Got you.
But I don't know much about him.
I always get annoyed at that as a term as well. He can play up front. Why don't you sign a striker? He's up front. Not can play up front.
Yeah.
I can play in goal. Doesn't mean I'll be any good.
That's I'm saying I can play midfield. Yeah.
Well, because they've got XT next to their name on FIFA. What does that even mean? Really? That's basically what that means.
Man, you are. And it's going to be interesting to see because he says there, as Lad says, we've been linked with Gakpo in the winger from PSV today. That is the type of alternative we should be going for. It's someone that Ten Hag would know if he is from PSV. Again, I don't know a lot about him. I would prefer us to sign a right winger, but here we are. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, what the fuck is that, Mazo? Big ass fly, yo.
Yo,
I've
fuck
never
is that?
seen that fly. That fly is
You see
massive,
the
yo.
video where the fly goes in the news reporter's mouth? The fuck is that?
Yeah, like I seen it. I was like, yo, what is going on? Massive. I ain't never seen, like, they caught my eye. That's what it was. I was like, Jesus. I was like, yo, what is going on? Mad. Let me get to this next comment as well. Make sure you lot get the likes up. Make sure you get the likes up. You know that when it's a long Man Them United podcast episode, that something's going on with Manchester United and the typical. It's week 1, people. This is episode 1 and of the series, and it's starting with hella deaths.
Dragon Ball Saga.
Hella deaths. I'm saying we didn't even set up on nothing. Just hella death from the jump. Opened up, bang, someone gets killed right at the start. You're like, yo, what is going on here? Hella action from the jump and that. No story, nothing. Hella action. I'm curious to know what the Ten Hag and De Jong relationship will look like now. Man ignored his manager when he needs him the most. I don't think he ignored him. That's the Barcelona side. I keep saying. One thing I will defend Manchester United on and Ten Hag on is the De Jong thing in regards to that whole Barcelona shit is ridiculous. That man are crooks. That man are talking about that taking him to court and the contracts not being legal and all. Like, you gave him the contract. How is a contract you gave me not valid? Like, what is going? I've never heard anything like. And they're linked with Bernardo Silva today for 80 M's.
80, yeah.
80 M's. What? These man owe me money, and I said, like I've said this before.
Suddenly got the best attacking collection of players I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know how they fit in all these players in. What is going on? How are you playing all these players? And they're trying to sign more. You can't even register the man you've got. I swear La Liga rejected him. Christensen and all them man there. And Lewandowski. Yeah, like it's outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. But we'll see.
Ridiculous.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I'll see. Well, I think that is it anyway. I think we're gonna close up because I can't see. Let me see if we missed any. If I missed any questions, I do apologize. Get them in before. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you subscribe to Red United TV. The link is in the title. Make sure you subscribe to Kovu's channel as well, man. Cam TV, which I'll add to the title as well. Well, yeah, man. Like, is it gonna get better? Talk to me.
Like I said before, guys, it's not gonna get any better right now because, of course, I'd rather go through the pain before everything gets better. And the Manchester United now, Ten Hag knows exactly what he has to do in terms of who to bring in, who to take out, and where to improve in certain areas. He knows that now from experiencing the first game in the Premier League, and now he knows what the Premier League is now. And this was a very good welcome to the Premier League sign for him. So we'll see what happens, yeah. But Manchester United fans, as you all hear right now, I know you're all hurting. We've got Liverpool fans trolling on us as well. It was expected.
Wait. Like Liverpool.
It's because they got their point. They saved themselves from the humiliation. That's the reason why they're talking. But guys, it will hurt. It will take some time, but we can only hope, man. And we better hope that for some reason God strikes fear in the Glazers' heart in a dream, telling you that you need to do X, Y, and Z to change your life. Like, let's just pray that the Glazers get some kind of dream where all of a sudden they stop caring, because they want to be better owners as well. Let's hope that. And if that happens, then maybe some changes can happen at Manchester United. Or, you know what? I don't like wishing bad luck, but I want to wish some bad luck on these owners. Like, let's just hope something happens where they have to end up selling or something like that. Like, I'm not talking about death or anything like that. I'm just saying, I just hope something happens that makes them change their attitude towards Manchester United and do something about this club. Because
I heard people were going at the Glazers' daughters and that on Instagram.
Bro, listen.
Attack them,
that's wild,
cool.
yeah. It's wild, yeah. It is wild. But if it means, you know what, people in America, if it means you men have to turn up to my man's yard and start chanting and throwing some flares, because I generally do believe they're unaware of what really goes on in this club. I generally do believe that Flores and everyone here, that they're generally unaware. Like, all they know is like, we've made this much this month. Yeah. Just the profit that we've made. But they're not aware that we're not winning trophies anymore. So yes, I hope that someone does a protest outside their house where they can see it for themselves and be calling up Richard on and saying, what is going on? There's a lot of fans outside my house. What's going on? And they're all screaming Manchester United is not doing well. what is going on at Manchester United? Are we not doing well? That's what we want. That's all we want. And of course, again, guys, just have hope, man. Hope and prayers, man. Like Movado will say, hope and prayers.
No, man. Flawless does not agree with that because the hope kills you, bro.
No, listen.
Because it's not the
better
hope
to
and
have
prayers.
hope than have
It's
no
the
hope.
manager again. The only reason why, like, I look at it and go, it can be salvaged. One, I don't really rate like the teams around us like that, and number two, we have a good manager. That's how I'm looking at it. Legit.
Flawless is a logical thinker. He does not believe in all this hope shit.
That's why, man. That's why people are outraged on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Talk about, look, we need new side. Did you not know this beforehand? Like, is this news to you? Like, what?
No, they're just reiterating it. That's it.
No, they just
That's what I'm
they
doing.
just upset because you. I'm talking most on Twitter. Like people who are outraged, people who argue with me in the comments about certain players. I've told you about these players. My man wanted to argue me down about Bruno for the past year and a half. My man wanted to argue me down about Rashford for the last year and a half. Ollie in versus Ollie out was a debate. That tells you what
Flawless, man. Forgive them, man.
That was
It's
a legit debate.
They just caught up now, innit?
No. Let your apologies be as loud as your disrespect because they're not here no more. All them people that was debating me, I don't see no more. There's no, we called this wrong. You spot on. When I call things wrong, man's here and I go, you know what, man got that completely wrong. They ain't here in the chat. Let Ollie had won a trophy. That man would be here. See what happened to Ollie's gonna be successful here. You know what I'm saying? Don't celebrate when he wins a trophy. That's what was being said.
I think most people wanted him to be successful, but
I wanted him to be successful because he was Manchester United manager. Just because I want McTominay to be successful, but he's just not good enough. That's what it is. He's not. That's why man can't get a job now.
People get that twisted so easily. People get that people think you want them to do, but no, I want them to do well. But I'm gonna point out when they're not doing well every single week.
Yes,
there's a big difference.
Massive.
But you do that and then you're labeled negative and you're.
I got all that. And now I'm not being negative. It's like flawless white. Someone said it to me in the chat. Why are you so calm about the window and stuff? Someone said that to me a few weeks ago. Why are you so calm about it? And then someone else said, "Oh, you're just acting blah blah blah." So why? Because I'm not mad like you. I'm acting. You know what I'm saying? In that, because I'm responding how I want to respond to. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Because this doesn't surprise me. It don't shock me what's going on. Like, so, but it's what isn't it? Like I say, I leave people to get upset. I don't care about stuff that I don't care about you.
Black Diamond, what do you forgive me for?
I'm not sure. I don't tell you.
Going through a list of CDMs that have moved this summer. You know, Frank Cassie went to Barcelona free.
Yeah. Guess he did. Yeah.
He
did. Yeah. For free, it's mad.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just gonna keep finding them and then just throw them in here when I've done.
He's sitting there for days, mate.
There's genuinely about 20 like high-profile ones that have moved this summer.
Yeah, but it's not just this summer. Look at the list for the past 6 summers.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be crazy. But yeah, man, big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share across all the socials. Subscribe to the channel as well. We'll go and to this Calvin as well. Fought some morale links. That's just talk. You know what I'm saying? We're not signing morale. We're not signing morale.
He is a tax evasion tool. That's what Morata is. He has one of the best CVs in world football, and I've barely seen him play 3 good games back to back. He is tax evasion. He is the definition of tax evasion.
It is. So yeah, I think it's bullshit. But I was gonna say, yo, Dan, we'll go to you. Anything you want to add before we close out the show, fam?
No, just big up to everyone. Big up to the panel. Big up to the people in the comments. Keep supporting. Smash that like. Subscribe to everyone's channel here. And we're just riding the wave, man. We're riding the wave, baby. Man United is still the same old Man United. And it is what it is. Keep your head up. You know, we're all angry right now and pissed. But what can we do? We just have to... I don't know, man. Like Flawless said earlier, I don't think fans are serious. So they're not going to do... We're not going to get the amount we need to be doing all X, Y, and Z protests and all this, but we can only hope in it.
Like you can only just look and see on what's going to happen and hope that we get a result against Brentford on the weekend. I'm saying that's.
But just because everyone's not going to do it, everyone do your part, man. Don't watch everyone else. Do what you need to do, and then hopefully it adds up.
Big up Server for the super chat. He said, "I forgive you, flawless. The young will be a blue." Shut up, man. But I appreciate the super chat.
Shut up, man.
That's what my guy Server. I'm saying these Chelsea dons in it. It's crazy. Kobe, anything you want to add? Plug anything you want and let them know where they can find you as well.
Yeah, subscribe to everyone in the panel tonight. There's some good content. I've been watching your stuff, Ivor, and I've been following you on Insta. You're sick at what you do. It's great fun.
Thank you.
But yeah, yeah, stop believing in youth and grow up.
Well, that's our slogan. Our slogan is youth, courage, and success.
Just let it be success. How about that?
Yeah.
How
You've
it be
courage and success, but sign Arnautovic at the same time.
How it be success. How about that? And show some courage would be nice, innit? When you get on the ball, then don't hide, and don't complete 8 passes in 45 minutes in Sancho midfield when we have 62% possession. But we move. Ivorian, my brother, anything you want to add?
Oh yes, man. Big ups to everyone that's tuning in today. I'm glad that you guys reached the 50 and then the 60 likes as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as always. We're trying to get Flawless to 5,000 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe. And as for me, you can always follow me. You know where to find me. Reggie Knight TV and Instagram Reggie Knight TV 1. Ivorian Spice if you want to look for me personally. And as always to my ladies, I'm always here for you. You get me? Like that's how I'm gonna close. Ivorian Spice is a spice at the end of the day. You can't just leave the show about not addressing the ladies. I do it for them too, you know. I do it for them too, you know.
Cool,
not
man.
just the
You know
man
what I'm
them.
saying. In the word, cool. I don't say anything. But yeah, Ivorian channels, Colview's channel are both again in the link for the title, people. So you can click them, click the links in the title, and it will just open up new tabs. Go subscribe. Colview doing great work. He's on a big astronomical number
Yes,
in regards to
40K.
subscribers and that. Like, he out here. So music, make sure in it. Any music, Cole DJ, make sure, you know what I'm saying, go follow Ivorian, great Manchester United content, sporting content. And make sure you subscribe here, Sarcasm City TV Road to 5K. Go follow the Twitch as well.
And subscribe to me if you want.
Yeah, Dan, where you going? Yeah, man, plug it.
Yeah, plug yourself in, bro.
No, man, I don't even. I just if you want to check me out, then check me out. Like,
follow him in it. You can follow. You can see his socials there. Dan Sillyman. You can find his socials there. You know what I'm saying? Dan Sillyman, people. Make sure you do that. And yeah, subscribe to the channel here. We're back. Yeah, like I said, tonight we'll be on the Twitch, people. Back on the Twitch. Fan calling show. So you can call in, talk about this. You may want to talk about something else. It may be Chelsea related, maybe title race related, or something else, or even a different sport. So yeah, feel free to call in. That's midnight on the Twitch. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule here on the YouTube and on the Twitch. As you know, all the shows that are coming up. And this has been the Man Them United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.